The final day is finally upon us here at the BETBOOM Universe, and today we are going to be turning the last pages of our comic zone. I'm Harry Freak, joining me is Wingblade, and we are going to be giving you the greatest Dota action in this tournament so far here with the lower bracket final and the grand final that will be played later on in the day. So Wingblade, looking towards the two great series that we have today, how's the excitement there on your side?
Oh, it's definitely there. For this first series to start with, because Mira said that they were really scared of Gaimin Gladiators, that it was one of the teams that they feared the most in the entire world. So I'm very curious to see how they're gonna approach this. And then of course we're gonna have an epic best of 5 grand finals, and those are always great.
Yeah, definitely. And we are gonna be seeing the paths of these teams. Gaimin Gladiators, they were coming from the upper bracket finals there. They lost to Tundra Esports that had a couple of stand-ins, a couple of interesting ones, and Teamspirit, they dropped to Tundra as well, but they were in their full force. They did beat them one game, whereas Gaimin Gladiators didn't manage to do it. For those of you guys that haven't watched the BETBOOM Christmas show that we had just before the New Year's Eve here at BETBOOM, Teamspirit, they beat Gaimin Gladiators in the upper bracket finals, but then lost the grand finals with a score from 3-2. And one of the main heroes, Wingblade, that we had seen in that series was a Lesh for Quinn. Do you think he's gonna be getting it at all in this series?
I think he's gonna get it once, just once.
Okay, and then they scratch it off. But also, guys, if you have any favorites for this series, write !G in the chat for Gaimin Gladiators, obviously, and ! for Teamspirit if you think they're gonna be taking it. Wingblade, you know, if you would have to give the percentages now before we go into any kind of draft of any kind of game, how do you think this is gonna go?
I think it's 55 for Gaimin Gladiators, 45 for Spirit.
So you're probably thinking we are seeing a 2-1 whoever wins, right?
I think so, yeah. Teamspirit said they were a bit afraid of Gaimin Gladiators, but come on. They're such a good team. They can take down anyone in the world.
So when you hear afraid, do you feel like that is an emotion that could actually hinder your ability, or is it more careful and thus more dangerous in the series?
It could affect them, but Team Spirit is really experienced, so I don't think it's gonna affect them too much. Once you get in the zone in one of those games, you don't think about anything except for the game itself.
These are both major tier teams looking into this series. Do you think they're gonna be revealing everything they have? We had an interview with Celery, and he said that they are coming for the victory. So does that mean that these teams are going all out?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, you've been in the pro scene as well. These players, do they have like different intensity settings? In my experience, it's like all out every single time. No
Yeah,
chill.
I have to say about Team Spirit though, sometimes they lose a game against teams that I don't think they should lose against. So if we do get someone else from Team Spirit into an interview, I really want to ask them if they approach the games, especially in the DPC, more relaxed in terms of drafting, maybe approaching it like a scrim sometimes, because they did lose a lot of the games. They would win all of the series, especially unless, of course, they when they matched up against the BETBOOM in the DPC, there they lost 2-1, but every other series they would lose a game or come close to losing a game against some of the weaker teams. So I want to see what that's about. So maybe they do have, you know, the tweaking settings there, but for Gaimin Gladiators, I'm pretty sure that they are all out 100% of the time, that they just hate losing, as do we all, Wingblade, for sure. So coming into this series, you know, Team Spirit and Gaimin Gladiators in general, any heroes that you think are going to be contested between both sides?
I would definitely say the Lesh, like you mentioned. I think that's a very big one because both Laurel and Quinn are really good on it. Aside from that, I think it's just a lot of the meta heroes that are going to be contested, like the Lina and potentially the Brute, the Ursa, those kinds of heroes. I don't think there is a specific cheese pick that they both go for often.
I saw a lot of Nature's Prophet coming out. Is that like a hero you are looking towards here? Is that something that can they can definitely apply the pressure enough so that you take the game away? And to me, it does look like a hero that could be heavily contested.
Yeah, I think so. I think Prophet is one of the top 3 carries right now, and the fact that you can also run him off lane or mid just only adds to his value in this patch.
And also one hero question, because I've seen Gaimin Gladiators put a lot of emphasis into a Pudge, which I don't think any other teams in the world that I'm seeing are doing. They pull it out from time to time, but they seem to really like it. Like any thoughts why that is so?
Ooh, I think Entity does this as well. But Pudge is a really interesting hero because he's so strong in the mid game, but he also skills really well. It's just very particular that he has really good matchups where he feels insanely strong, and then other matchups where he's basically a creep. So it's a game-dependent thing, but if you can have a Pudge carry in your draft and you can get away with it, it can be super strong.
You talked about the Broodmother, and that's their Deminas are the Rubiks. Those are the first pick heroes that we are probably not gonna be experiencing here, but there is less IO for Gaimin Gladiators that you maybe have to deal with. So we'll see what Team Spirit decide to do. Both of the teams should be very prepared for this one. And oh, Undying. Okay, that's something I wasn't expecting here.
Yeah, we've been seeing quite a lot of Undying, but once again, that's also a team-specific thing. Some teams really value the Undying and first pick it every chance they get, and others really don't. But I guess Gaimin Gladiators expect Team Spirit to first pick it. You mentioned the Rubik as well, but I would expect to maybe see a few Rubiks come through, because he's a very strong hero. Ooh. Are we gonna see a Lina? But he's not like terrifying. So it's not like instant game lose when you go against a Rubik. It's just really solid.
Yeah, it has been an opening for Team Spirit for the past 2-3 months. So I would be surprised if they don't get it. But is there anything else that comes to mind here?
The Treant, the Clockwork, you know, all the classic first phase heroes. Maybe even a Mirana to spice things up. Death Prophet. There's plenty of options, even in this patch, where everyone says that it's all figured out, but we still have a good amount of variety.
Yeah, I think so as well. I think people are crying over the patch way too much, considering that when the Wraith Pact got nerfed, everything changed, right? It's like it's a new patch. Yeah, the map is the same. Yeah, there's not many tweaks in terms of heroes, but that one item was the staple of the TI meta. Now the game is completely different if you actually look at the heroes that were being played at TI and post TI as well. Teamspirit losing a lot of reserve time. This is something that I don't like to see and tends to kind of tell me they are not 100% prepared. But I think that might be because of this Undying ban. I think they were definitely not expecting that one.
Yeah, it's always so weird when people lose like a full minute in the first phase. Okay, they do go for the Treant, so I guess Rubik +1 for GG.
If they want to. There's a Primal Beast in the pool. I've seen that as a Treant counter, as something that people would want to go against the hero. We'll see if Gaimin Gladiators do feel like they want to go for that one. But it is a Radiant side Treant. I feel like you and me, we did touch upon that one. It is going to be a Nature's Prophet, so that is a nice push hero. If it is going to be Ace playing it, and he has played it in the past, he takes down the trees quite nicely. And there's Rubik, so Rubik plus the Nature's Prophet. I really like this response.
Yeah, me too. I think it's very strong. Very flexible as well, so I mean, I don't see any big faults in this one. And now Teamspirit, they have a Treant, so they probably want to have a ranged carry. But is there any other heroes that they could pick up right now? I guess Death Prophet would still be really nice.
Yeah, to match the pushing potential of the Nature's Prophet somewhat. I don't know if maybe with the Death Prophet you're gonna be too static, and you're playing against the Nature's Prophet, so he's gonna be everywhere on the map. So they're gonna go for the Sniper. That immediately puts the Nature's Prophet in a very uncomfortable position when it comes to laning. So right now you already have to be thinking, do we really want to give this to Ace, or we have to put it on the carry role?
Yeah, and I think they've had a bit more success with the hero on Ace, but like you mentioned, against the Sniper, it's kind of awkward.
Is true. I have to say though, that was before their boot camp, before the DPC in our BETBOOM Christmas show, when Ace played the Nature's Prophet against Teamspirit. I don't know if it was against Teamspirit, but one of the games he did drop the ball, and they didn't pick it for him too much in the continuation of the tournament. So I would like to see Ace on it as somewhat of a redemption arc from the last BETBOOM tournament, because that game, I think when he played the Nature's Prophet, that could have given them an easy victory. I don't want to say he played badly, but he didn't play to the levels of some of these other players. So in that regard, it would be cool to see it on him. But laning against the Treant and a Sniper, this hero doesn't do well.
Yeah, it would be a nice conclusion to the storyline, giving him the nice redemption arc. So I would expect Gaimin Gladiators to start banning collapse heroes now. Like we see the Centaur, maybe the Mars as well. Potentially even the Magnus, although I don't think that one is quite on the same level this patch.
5 seconds remaining.
Definitely not. And especially against the Rubik. I think after TI-10 finals, that even though they won, that he is going to have PTSD of the Rubik when he's playing a Magnus, because every time he would have jumped in there, he would get lifted up into the air. And I don't think that Gaimin Gladiators don't have a player. Tofu and Celery are both very mechanically skilled, so they would be able to react every single time. So I don't think you really need to be thinking about the Magnus ban here.
They have one more. It looks like they are banning mostly offlane and jumping heroes against the Sniper, and it makes a lot of sense.
I like the Primal Beast and the Centaur ban though, because those are very good heroes at every point in the game against the Nature's Prophet in general. You always catch him, and you actually do quite a lot of damage that you can kill him even before he uses BKB if you get him into a stun early enough. So I like those. And I don't even want to talk about the laning phase. Like, what is a Nature's Prophet going to do against the Vanguard Centaur or against the Primal Beast that is just stomping all over him? So I'm quite happy about the bans of Gaimin Gladiators. They're really protecting their Nature's Prophet nicely.
Yeah, I wonder if they're going to ban the Tide as well, because I think that's another hero that just has so much fun against the Prophet in lane. Just like 1 point in Kraken Shell and the Treants no longer damage you, and every time they get close you just anchor smash. It's really a great matchup against Rubik as well. because he doesn't have that much damage. He has the Fade Bolts and decent base damage, but he can't force a level 4 Tide out of lane anymore.
That is true. And Collapse, even though he doesn't play the Tide all too often, he has played it in the past, even in our tournament here at the BETBOOM Universe, but they'll get rid of the Riki. This was a contested hero between the two teams, and they go for the Tiny. Usually I see a Tiny or a Tusk in this third pick when you have a first pick in the second phase, so I'm definitely not surprised by that one.
Yeah, very good against the Sniper as well. You just want every single jump hero you can think of. Makes a lot of sense. Do we expect this to be a 2 Tiny or a 4?
I don't know currently. It depends, but I would be okay with the Nature's Prophet now in that lane if you have a Tiny, because he's very good at dragging the Treant to the side, and then if you're in 1v1 versus the Sniper, you're okay. But I think they're going to be making their decision after these two. The reason you pick it here is because these two picks is where you need to kind of show your hand as your team spirit, and you don't really know what to show, what to do when you can't really pinpoint where the enemies want to play the Tiny. So I think it's still flexible even in the eyes of Gaimin Gladiators.
It is a bit of a flex pick for sure. It doesn't strike me as a big Quinn hero, and they pick up the Tide Hunter, so I think that's a very nice pick.
And I agree with the Quinn not being his hero, because he tends to want to scale quite a lot, and with the Tiny sometimes you just have to be sacrificed. So I don't think that he's that type of player. I don't think he cannot play it, but then again, I'm not sure he necessarily would like to, and you don't want to put your players in an uncomfortable position.
So let's see, Teamspirit, they need most likely a position 4 and a position 2. So do we have any big Laurel heroes still in the pool? They could go for the Pango. I think it would work. I also really love his Coddle. I think it's so good.
Yeah, good chances that they pick a mid lane hero now. Actually, you know, I wouldn't mind a Coddle at all, because the catch from Gaimin Gladiators isn't great, but they're gonna go for the Mira hero, Hoodwink, Snapfire, Techies. Those have been the Eastern European heroes, and they're gonna go with the Snapfire, with the Hoodwink here. It's actually quite nice to have another hero that is good catch for the Nature's Prophet. And out of those three that I mentioned, this one is the best, and it also does burst damage. It's not like a Clockwork that just catches him and then you need someone bonus there. But if he's like half HP somewhere on the map, even a solo Hoodwink can deal with him.
Yeah, I really like this pick as well. Also for the lane, I think Tide plus Hoodwink is pretty scary. It's hard to take them down, and they do have some kill potential with a Gush and a Bushwhack.
Definitely the case there. I have to say though, AoE damage from Teamspirit currently is lacking, right? So you might be able to kill one hero, but then if your sniper is caught, you're gonna be in trouble. That's why I love the Pango, because these heroes don't kill the Pango. Pango is a great counter to the Tide, to the Mars, these type of AoE heroes, and it is a Quinn hero as well.
Oh, for sure.
So I'm loving it. The 4 staffs usually don't help you too much getting yourselves away from the Pango. I think this is an amazing pick. This is just top tier drafting here for Gaimin Gladiators. I don't really see a better hero to pick up right now that will put the Tiny on position 4.
Yeah, I definitely agree. And I feel like for a lot of heroes, I mean, a lot of teams, Pango is a space-making hero, but for Gaimin Gladiators, it's also a scaling core, because Quinn, when he gets his items and farm, he is a beast on this Pango.
Yeah, I'm always, even now that the Pango is being played for so long, I'm still surprised how much damage this hero does. They're gonna ban out the Seeker, but to be honest, something else that I would like banned here is an Ember. I think Teamspirit, they definitely lack the damage, and Ember would probably deal with that. He builds a BKB fast, he can clear the backline, and he lanes relatively well against the Pango. So I think that should be the next ban of Gladiators.
Yeah, I would agree on that one. I think Ember is really good here. So Teamspirit, they probably want to ban another carry, and it is going to be the Diracho Morphling. Looks like a really good Morphling game. That's a nice ban.
Cool. I was thinking maybe a Monkey King comes to mind as a potential one, because he is good against what Teamspirit have. Not necessarily great with Gaimin Gladiators lineup, but is good with. And yeah, there's the Ember Band. So what's left really here for Laurel?
I would really love to see a Kunkka. I think it's nice in lane against Pango. It's good against the Prophet. It's another tanky hero to frontline for the sniper. What else could Laurel play? He's played the Kunkka before, so he could do it again. I still think the Koro is okay, but maybe a bit less. And they go for the Storm Spirit. Okay.
Okay. I wouldn't have guessed that, but he does have two relatively squishy targets to bring down. The problem is, I think this puts a lot of weaknesses on you. Plus, you're playing into a Tiny and the Rubik. You can very easily get caught. Now you get something that does solid amounts of damage on Gaimin Gladiators, and the Storm is in trouble. Plus, you're playing against the Prophet, so there might be a Gleipnir or an Aghanim Scepter, or even both, that are just randomly gonna connect on you and put you in place for quite some time until you go down. So for me, this is a dangerous pick that if you snowball, if you do well, it can work out. But if you start falling behind, Teamspirit don't have a play.
A Lifestealer. I know that Diracho is one of the few players who still likes playing this. But I'm yet to be convinced, especially picking this into a Storm Spirit as well. Like the most mobile hero in the game, pretty much. I don't know. But then again, I have my doubts about the heroes that Diracho picks every once in a while, and then I see him play it, and I'm like, okay, I get it now. I get it.
Okay, so any preferences here between the two drafts? Who do you think has the slight edge or a big edge?
Oh, it's so difficult. I feel like I'm gonna have to go with Spirit. I think this Storm Spirit is risky, but at the same time, they do have a really nice frontliner and a great vision hero in the Treant. So I think Laurel might have the space to get those jumps in the fights. And I'm just not fully convinced by the Lifestealer, but I think it's pretty close. This game could go either way. Before the draft, I said it was like 55-45 in favor of GG. Maybe it's like 52-48 in favor of Spirit for me now. What about you?
Yeah, I would agree. I think I would agree with that one, because the main reason for me is that the side lanes of Spirit are so strong, which means that the Storm Spirit will be able to stay in the mid lane. The supports, it's going to be very hard for them to rotate. If Gaimin Gladiators find a way to, bring a lot of traffic into the mid lane, make sure that Laurel has a bad game, even bring an H's Prophet early on, then I think they're going to be fine. But more realistically, I think it's going to be Quinn going to the side lanes to help out, and that's going to make Laurel pop off on the Storm and be a problem for the Nature's Prophet, for the Rubik, and all of the heroes that are alone on the map. So because of that reason, I am gonna be leaning Spirit slightly here. I do think that Gaimin Gladiators, they do have plays to be made on the map. Whenever I see a Nature's Prophet, it is always dangerous because the lanes are always in your on your side of the map. You can almost always make a play.
Teamspirit does have decent deep pushers, which I think is very important against Nature's Prophet. They have a Hoodwink and they have a tree. So I don't think we're going to see the type of game where they're completely stuck in base, because they have two really elusive heroes that can make sure the creep equilibrium isn't at their base.
And also one thing that always comes to mind, Yatoro and his positioning is always amazing. Like, this guy very rarely, I don't want to curse him, but very rarely does make positioning mistakes, and he's playing the type of hero that if you do well, if you find the good angles when the fights are starting, you're actually going to be doing so much in fights. And this problem with the Teamspirit constant output of damage could be negated completely by that one. And as we are getting into the game, we're going to be seeing the odds on the screen for all of the people who are new. They can click on the banner below and get themselves $15 first free bet. But we did see a little bit of traffic there in the mid lane. Some wards were placed. Not much has happened here when played.
The Retro already got punched pretty hard.
30 seconds to battle.
But I mean, it's a lot longer before the runes will spawn, so he's really gonna be healing just from the tower region, so he's not gonna be in any kind of trouble. Let's talk about the lanes a bit before we do get into them. Mid lane in general is the one that I'm interested in. A Storm versus a Pango. Is anyone superior in that matchup?
I think it's a really skill-based matchup. because Storm Spirit tends to be really good against melee heroes, or well, not really good, but like not as bad as against ranged heroes. And Pongo is also quite good when enemy heroes have to come close to hit creeps. So I think both heroes are just gonna get their bottle and spam their spells, but there is an opportunity for individual outplays. And of course it's a Quinn lane, so anyone can die.
Yeah, he kind of brings something different to the laning experience. Usually we would see the mid lane be this boring place where nothing is happening, but when he's playing it, there's just a different feel to it, because he's trying to force things out without putting either himself or his enemy into an uncomfortable position. But so far it is just gonna be a farm trade. Side lanes, any ideas where we might be seeing a first blood?
Ooh, that's a good question. I feel like a lane with a Hoodwink always has a lot of kill potential. So I think potentially on the top lane. Bottom lane I think is gonna be a bit more static, because it's Prophet against the Sniper. There could be kills, but for the most part it's just gonna be farming.
We'll see if that's how it goes. If the Treant and the Sniper can apply enough pressure, or maybe Sniper or the Treant do make a little bit of a mistake, get into the hands of the Tiny, get tossed back, and then subsequently brought down as well. So far, no big engage, pretty much full HP, but we are seeing that Nature's Prophet is doing really well in the lane so far in terms of CS.
I think that was kind of to be expected. The early levels for Nature's Prophet are really strong, but in time it's gonna get harder for him to stay in lane against the Sniper. Once a few more points in headshot and take aim come in.
He does get 1 point in the shrapnel. I'm a big fan of a level 2 shrapnel on level 3. I think it's just the strongest that the Sniper can be in the laning phase. Some people tend to just ignore the second point and stay with the one. Do you think Yatoro, where is he gonna go? Have you maybe followed him? Does he have a preference?
I think he's gonna go for the second point in Shrapnel as well. Because with the Treant, they have some opportunities for kills. Especially with Ace already getting a little bit low, doesn't have boots yet. So if you can catch him off guard, there is an opportunity.
And also, of course, even if they go on you, running into a level 2 shrapnel is never nice, never easy. You just take so much damage, so even if the Sniper dies, it's going to be a problem. Tofu, a hero with 0 armor, is never going to be in a good spot with a Treant with almost 100 damage, just smacking you down. But overall, he is going to be fine for now. And as we mentioned, no one is getting low, apart from the supports on the top lane. They are taking some more damage than you would expect. But overall, for now, everybody lives.
And mid lane, so far a slight edge for Laurel. You can really see that Storm Spirit is a comfort hero for him, just by the way he maneuvers around the creeps and like is pressuring with the vortex.
He goes for 2 points in Remnant. This to me is saying he wants to farm faster, harass a little bit less. Is that the right read?
For sure, yeah. It's slightly more efficient for farming jungle and creeps. When you use multiple spellcasts in a fight, the overload is better, but I think most Storm Spirits these days, if you do see them, they don't play that super aggressive style, going for Orchid, going for quick pickoffs. They tend to want to play into the late game a bit more.
Yeah, that does make sense. I think he's a very important part of the Spirit draft. If he just goes for ganking and stuff, it's probably gonna turn out badly. So I'm liking that he's putting more emphasis into the farming build, because it is definitely gonna be coming into handy. Ace is doing so well in this lane. With the Tiny there, one of the best heroes to secure the range hero lane, he is making sure that he's farming so well for himself. He does have 5 denies, but we can probably expect that some of those are gonna be Treants, I guess.
Yeah, there is a big reason why they keep picking Ace Nature's Prophet. And I think GG is one of the few teams that actually puts a lot of emphasis on this Nature's 3 Prophet. I mean, position 3 Nature's Prophet. Because most teams tend to pick it as 1 or flex pick it, but they first phase pick it almost every chance they get. Rubik, ooh.
You called it. You called it, and the observers didn't even want to look at that top lane until the time came for Celery to die, and Collapse gets the first blood. Considering that he's already doing very well in terms of CS, this is gonna be a very strong Tidehunter. But on the bottom lane, we're gonna be seeing even more action now as the night is coming. People are going to die, and the Treant will be the first kill for Gaimin Gladiators, so they get themselves a kill on their offlane as well.
It was a nice kill for GG. And I would have expected this lane to go a little bit better for the sniper. But Gaimin Gladiators showing why they picked this Prophet even into a sniper Treant.
Usually when I see a Zoo, he's kind of a pusher type hero in the lane. There are two lanes that I think completely crush it. It's the sniper Treant, and it is a CM Pudge. Right, but now we're gonna be seeing that Ace is doing really well for himself. The sniper, I don't want to say he's shut down, but out of all the cores, he's having the worst time. And this is known to be a very strong lane. Collapse holding to a tower. He doesn't have the anchor smash, so they're not really gonna be doing all that much damage. Look at, they're tickling him, literally tickling the Ratio, just poking on Collapse there. Cannot get a kill through the phase boots, and will go back to farming. But they are trying to apply pressure.
Yeah, Collapse is having a lot of fun here. Just with the 2 points in Kraken Shell, he no longer takes any damage from right clicks, at least from the Rubik.
He's gonna be fine in that regard. And when he uses the anchor smash, even the lifestealer is not that big of an issue. And they're rotating towards Lar. He's gonna be pulling in Quinn, and the bushwhack does not connect. It was on the wrong side. It will take down the tree as well. And Quinn and Tofu will be fine. So will Laurel. So no big spells being used there. That's it.
They tried to go for a pick off there on the Storm, who was already level 6.
Very hard one, but sometimes you can make it happen. And also, if you have any preferences, guys, here, who's going to be winning this game, you can click on the banner below. It will give you a $15 free bet as Collapse. We talked about him being very hard to kill, and especially if he has the assistance of Mira there with the beautiful bushwhack, is going to stop any kind of aggression. This is very dangerous playstyle from Collapse here. He's not really healing, so at some point he might actually die.
Yeah, he's taking like 20 damage from every Dyrachio right click. He has to be a bit... My god, Collapse. My blood pressure. Oh goodness, think of the viewers. This is so stressful.
Not to him. He is taking it easy. Okay, well, now he's gonna be taking it easy for 22 seconds, because in the end they did bring him down. Maybe the right clicks won't be doing anything, but the Fade Bolts over and over and over again will finally bring him down.
That was maybe a bit too much. He just really wanted that Ring of Health so much, but couldn't get it.
Couldn't get to that one. If he had it, of course, he probably wouldn't have died, would have had the extra HP regen, and now would be in the world of the living. But mid lane, Laurel pulling on Quinn, Rolling Thunder will get used, and Laurel will just walk away. He doesn't even want to spend a single mana point to run away from Quinn. That is how much he's not afraid of you, and he'll get an Arcane Rune. He will get stunned up. Celery has the lift up. There's going to be some damage onto Laurel, but now he has so much mana to play with Quinn. I wouldn't recommend that one. Avalanche will get used onto the Hoodwink, and a toss back to the Swashbuckler. He'll get low. He will die. Mira is gone. That doesn't mean the Tofu will be getting out. He has to go for a TP out. Not gonna be happening. Laurel, way too strong. He gets a double.
That was a really nice Arcane Rune, and committing for it with the Ball Lightning. That's all they needed to do, especially with Quinn already using his role, so he wasn't that scary anymore. I feel like Yatoro needs to be very careful on this bottom lane, because they could dive him at any moment with the Treants.
And he just lost the courier. I watched some of the vlogs of Teamspirit, and one of the games when they lost where the offlane went really badly, they asked what was the problem. Our courier died, and we really didn't have the items that we needed at that exact same point. Of course, it was a little bit earlier, so Yatoro is gonna be fine here. They are gunning for the Nature's Prophet, but a lot more danger is coming from the other side. These supports, they're in trouble here when played, especially with Quinn being over. Miposhka, he already looks like he's very much dead. Actually, Quinn doesn't have the guts to continue moving forward. It's not a kill.
Yeah, they don't see the Storm Spirit on the map. You don't want to commit too deep when you don't see the enemy mid. But yeah, Yatoro's courier dying. That's the second time too, because it died at minute 1 as well.
Maybe that is why his lane didn't go as well. You know, it could be happening. Those early items really can make a big difference.
Yeah, it's not inconsequential at all.
So far, not a lot of kills. 3-3. Gold lead almost non-existent, but Gaimin Gladiators, their side lanes did better, even though I thought the Spirit are going to be doing so well on their side lanes. A couple of mistakes, a couple of small things has switched it over to the side of Gaimin Gladiators. Laurel, again, completely fine. Rolling Thunder isn't really something you're afraid of.
Mira gets switched up to the high ground. That's fortunate.
For sure. Very nicely done there. He moved to the cliff, and he gets pushed into a very good position there where he can easily scurry himself away. So nicely played there coming out from Mira, considering how squishy this hero is. If you do connect there with the avalanche while he's on the low ground, that is most definitely a kill.
Collapse still chilling in this top lane, but he isn't getting a ton of advantage compared to the Red Shell. He's farming okay, but it's nothing special.
He wanted the toss back, not gonna be getting it. Collapse, running away. He does have a skill point if he wants to put it into the Ravage, but he's gonna be chased probably until death here. Is he gonna go for a TP out? Yep, and a successful one at that. Tofu is gonna guess right, but he won't get there in time. Very nice spot there, and he gets himself to safety.
Yeah, Collapse, no sweat. Doesn't skill up anything, just walks into the trees and TPs. What a cool cat.
You really need nerves of steel at those kind of situations, because you are probably going to be feeling, you know, under pressure. They're hunting me. There are 4 heroes here, but nah, I just walk into the trees. I TP out. These guys, they got nothing on me.
It looks like Ace was going for the Aghanim Scepter rush. I quite like it against the Storm Spirit, if you can get it before he gets a BKB, but at the same time, I feel like Ace does need to be a real core this game, because they have a Lifestealer and a Pungal, and you kind of want to have some extra scaling.
If he does get there, Aghanim Scepter can be a good farming tool as well, and good map control tool as well. But you did mention that Spirit have good heroes to push out on the map. We are not seeing a lot of action here. Wingblade, when does that change? Is there a big item that is just gonna be saying to one or the other team, let's move forward?
I think the Witchblade on Storm is one of his activation tools. Like before, it's kind of hard to get solo kills, but now with the Witchblade they have plenty of damage. I don't think Sniper wants to start participating anytime soon, but I believe that Collapse has a hood, so he should be ready to fight as well.
Quinn has Invis, Duraccio going for Collapse. Here comes the ulti. Collapse will take some damage, not enough. He still has the Ravage. You're going into that one. A lot of the Rolling Thunder will already be used, and Collapse, he dodges that one quite easily. Yep, nicely done there. Celery does have level 6, so you have to be careful with your Ravage usage there for sure, because it could get stolen. Now there's gonna be a grab onto Quinn. They connect with the sharpshooter. Nice lift onto the Storm. Lawler is trying to do the damage. He's gonna do his best. Collapse does have the Ravage. Not gonna be needed here. He's thinking about it. What was stolen is the Overgrowth, but then the Ravage will come out. It's a double kill for 2 of the heroes, and Celery, he does have the Overgrowth to protect him, but who's gonna protect you after it is done? They're gonna deal with the roots, and then they're gonna be dealing with Celery as well. Tofu might be nice, taking a lot of damage. Ace cannot go forward. They are surrounded with Miposhka, very low there, but he does have the living armor that's gonna be keeping alive. He gets into the trees, and now a long assassinate Yatoro will come to finish the job, and that's a 5-man wipe. Teamspirit, they crush Gaimin Gladiators on top.
Yeah, Gaimin Gladiators, they just have no way to deal with this Tide. He was standing in the middle of this fight the entire time, just not taking any damage. Because if you look at these GG heroes, who's gonna kill him?
They don't do damage, really. I guess you're hoping for Quinn to get his Diffusal and Purge out and take away his mana, but it just wasn't delivered yet there, and he died just before it.
And Duraccio is so vulnerable with the level 1 rage as well. He got like 2 seconds of hitting, and then he was disabled the entire rest of the fight and just died. And Ace, he needs more items before he can deal any substantial damage too.
It didn't look good in that fight, but right after it, Gaimin Gladiators, they get themselves together on the bottom lane and they push a tower, so they will be opening up the map. That is good. That is something that is definitely going to be coming in handy, and you are playing a Nature's Prophet versus Atrian Protectors, so you want to make sure that the towers are dropping down. Top tower down, bottom tower down, game equal.
Teamspirit is eyeing up this mid lane tier 1 though. They don't have a lot of pushing right now, but they're doing some pretty decent damage to the tower. It's not gonna fall just yet, but they're gonna be happy with that one.
Rubik is probably hoping to steal a living armor right now, but that's gonna be a pretty tough thing to do. And I'm pretty sure that Miposhka isn't gonna be allowing that to happen, because that's the only way that you're gonna be saving that mid lane tower if you're GG.
Ooh, and Yatoro, he's going for a second item BKB, and I actually don't mind this at all, because there is a pretty decent amount of jump on GG, and if you can avoid the Rolling Thunder from Pango, who's gonna kill you?
Yeah. Lifestealer needs like 3 items before he starts dealing damage. Maybe if he goes for the second item, that's so, but then he's very vulnerable and he's gonna be targeted first. So I like this. Sniper wants to get involved, and actually with the BKB, his damage is gonna be quite nice, because surviving, it means damage as well.
Collapse, he's eyeing up a Blink Dagger. So we're gonna see an active type this game, not the farming one. We find Tofu.
Nah, he's gonna have to be dealing with an Arcane Ruin Storm. This should be an easy kill. He tosses the storm away. That's not gonna be changing much. And is it the Leech Seed that finishes him off? No, it's gonna be Lara. But Ace, he does find Mira there, so it is gonna be a 1-for-1 around the map. Okay, Storm, very long jump. That Arcane Rune really making a difference, and Celery is gonna be next. Risky surviving a little bit longer. The miss there, he does have a scurry. That might be enough for him to live. Laurel, you have no more mana, you have to be careful. He does not care. The Overgrowth is gonna be used there on the high ground. Collapse is coming over, and they want Ace. They want him dead. Okay, Quinn, we're gonna take you as well. It is no problem at all, especially with Yatoro coming in. The damage should be sufficient. Quinn is gone, and Ace will follow suit. He's gonna try to go through the G's. He's juking as best as he can. This is looking very cute, but it's not gonna save your life. Jirachi does come over. He wants to kill her. He dodges the avalanche. No, actually will go towards the end of it there, and now the Tiny will get infested. Lifestealer knows he's in dangerous territory, but again, it's Spirit who are striking. They're the ones taking towers. They're the ones taking kills.
Yeah, and the in-fight coordination is so nice as well. The Ravage and then the Chain Stun onto Quinn, making sure that they don't use big spell.
Overgrowth, this could be a problem. Miposhka, he offers himself, kill me, don't kill him, and it is gonna be a sniper surviving because of it.
Yatoro instantly gets his clarity cancelled.
It was close, but he does not get caught. The Quelling Blade was in the backpack. Now he's gonna be putting it into the real inventory, understanding the danger could be coming. GG, they're really focusing on this one, and Tofu with the Blink Dagger, he's gonna be on the hunt for Mira. That's gonna be an easy kill into a tower.
Yeah, Gaimin Gladiators, they cannot kill Collapse at this point, but Yatoro is at his most vulnerable point before his BKB, so they want to keep up the aggression, especially now that the Ravage is down.
Laurel, he now has a... Oh man, and he also has the Fairy's Trinket, so this Storm is a problem. When he gets those Arcane Runes, it really makes a difference. He's gonna be going in, the Avalanche will be connecting, they have to toss as well. He's gonna be using now, Rolling Thunder gonna be used, he goes to the side, but he already has the Shard in the Pango, so he can easily get himself out of the Overgrowth, and he will be fine, gets himself away.
Collapse does have his Blink Dagger now, going for a Shard next, so this is looking like a pretty classic tide, like old school. Going for the Blink, and I guess they didn't have Shards back in the day, but it's the same idea, right? Jump in, stun people, and hope you win a fight that way instead of the attrition.
This Aghanim's of the Nature's Prophet is really annoying Laurel. It is getting a lot of money towards Ace as well. And guys, if you don't want any money, you can click on the banner below. It will give you $15 free on your first bet if you are new. If there are new people in the chat now, because we are at last day here at the BETBOOM Universe Episode 1 Comic Zone. Laurel, Wingblade, he is gonna be a problem.
For which team though?
Yeah, dude. The Gaimin Gladiators, I think. Laurel pulling in Tofu. They really wanted him dead. Now Tofu is in an uncomfortable position, but Laurel does not have the mana. The Ravage will come out. Collapse. He has found the Rubik. Has found the 2 others as well. But for now, they're just going to be bringing down the supports. Quinn seems to be fine.
Toro is getting chased down here though.
He's being defended by the Tide. The damage is not going to be enough. He's standing his ground. Let's go. 2 versus 1. No, it's not. It's going to be 4 versus 2 in my favor. I have friends, and yours were already killed on the other part of the map. What a response from Teamspirit here to save Yatoro. Gaimin Gladiators again losing heroes, but Wingblade, in terms of net worth, they are keeping themselves in the game. What's the secret here?
I guess it's just Nature's Prophet Aghanims, like you mentioned, just constantly pushing the lanes. My goodness, Yatoro. Keep in mind, Dyrachyo has a Desolator, and it looked like Yatoro just took no damage at all.
Living armor. It is quite a nice spell, and actually once he gets the BKB, the sniper doesn't die. Then it's Roche time, then it's tier 2 time. Gaimin Gladiators, they need more items.
It's definitely looking up for Teamspirit. What do you think? Ooh, Quinn. He finds Mira, that's a nice little bonus. The ball being tossed.
Yeah, catch, but Hoodwink a little bit too small to be playing with the Tiny. They go for the Lifestealer, but there's the ulti from the Nature's Prophet. It's going to be stopping the Advanced Wall. Jump in from Collapse. It's going to get the stun onto Celery, who has been infested. It is going to help him live a little bit longer, but in the end, he is still dead. On the other part of the map, Gaimin Gladiators, they did get themselves a kill on the Treant.
So I'm just wondering what Gaimin Gladiators is waiting for in terms of item timings. I wonder if there is a specific timing or item that's gonna help them start killing these core heroes for Teamspirit again. Because right now it feels like both the Sniper as well as the Storm Spirit are just completely invulnerable.
I feel like this Gaimin Gladiators lineup, it is going to be playing the same game until the end, right? We are split pushing, and then we're catching you when you're split apart. I think when Spirits are together, there's very, very low chances that Gaimin Gladiators are winning that fight. Maybe with a really good toss back.
Teamspirit, they know this. They're gonna have Ravage soon.
Ace, is he gonna be caught? Well, they're looking towards the Rubik. The Storm Spirits wants to clean out the supports, but the ulti there, the Wrath of Nature is gonna be connecting onto Larl. He shouldn't be able to get himself away here. And then with the Avatar's combo, Larl is dropping low. He's finally gonna die. He cannot get out of that one. Tofu will pay for his insolence being shot there by the Sniper, but they've lost 2 on Spirit. They still have the Ravage, and Collapse wants to be moving forward. Yatoro with the BKB. This feels so strong. Look at the ratio. Look at the confidence which he goes in because he knows that he's gonna react. Collapse. I am faster than you. There's gonna be a follow-up stun on Quinn, but he has been infested. The HP is there, and once he comes out, he's gonna be getting even more celery. You seem to have overestimated yourself. You are not a Pango, you are not a Lifestealer, but you are dead.
Nice response by Dyrachyo, and they're not done yet.
Sniper, so now the damage isn't gonna be there, but with the overgrowth, Quinn immediately gets out of that one. He does have the roll up. They're gonna get the Sniper there with the Sprout. He cannot move, he cannot attack. Give me that gun. Second Amendment being taken away from him there, but now he's gonna be turning around. He has got his gun back, and he'll show you what he can do. And that is gonna be Collapse, claiming the kill. Gaimin Gladiators way too aggressive. They are still lacking damage.
Yeah, and Yatoro is just gonna buy a Daedalus. He's like, okay, I'm not dying. My positioning is good, like you mentioned in the draft. So, time to start killing people.
Is under attack.
I feel like his positioning in this game is like he has a bayonet, right? He is in the face of the enemies, and there's just nothing that they can do about it. He's poking them with the gun and still winning because they just don't do enough damage. The Lifestealer needs more items, and he's the one that is suffering and farmed the most.
Yep, every time Dyrachyo comes close, Yatoro is like, oh no, somebody call an ambulance. But not for me.
Yeah, definitely. That's how I feel looking at this game as well. But Gaimin Gladiators, they're still 1k gold ahead. The Nature's Prophet with the Aghanim Scepter is accumulating a lot of farm, and we are seeing that Tofu on the Tiny is having a lot. Is there like an item that a Tiny might be gunning for? Is there a chance we see Aghanims come out from him if he sees that there's a big damage problem on their side?
I would definitely not be opposed to it. I feel like they do need the extra burst, so if he can transition into it, I would be all for it.
Let's see if he does go that route. For now, I'm just very afraid of this Lifestealer. Like, what is he? Or for this Lifestealer, they're gonna be going forward. The follow-up stun there coming out from the Tide, and he wants the Ratio dead, who will use the Rage, get himself away. But can he get himself far enough away, getting into Tofu with the blink out? The answer is gonna be yes.
Into Roche, Teamspirit goes. They do have a pretty decent Roche lineup with Tide being able to tank and Sniper being able to kill it quickly, and then Storm Spirit to carry the Aegis potentially.
Storm wants to go for a BKB. That one I like. But the Hex, they feel like maybe an Aghanim Scepter would be better. Okay, Quinn, he is still a Fango. He's not gonna let you go for this one. Avatos come with a kill a hero. Quinn will get out of the overgrowth immediately. And now Yatoro is standing his ground. They have the Ravage. Your Rage, it will expire. Your BKB, it will expire. But we don't even need the Ravage. We don't need the Tempest with the team. Yatoro, though, he might be needing that one. There's the Ravage. It does come out. Once it's stolen, no. It's gonna be the Anchor Smash. He's way too fast, but he still loses the Sniper. And Laurel is out of mana. Teamspirit, they're running out of gas right now. But Gaimin Gladiators, the same can be said about him. They fought back on the lifestealer. He's already having a bad game. We need to be getting something done. Quinn, he has the haze. Buyback from the Sniper. He's coming back into this one. The Tendrils of the Deep will finish off the Rubik Duraccio. He fought back. He's very lucky that there's no mana on Laurel will collapse. He's gonna be spitting on him fairly soon. The Bushwhack will connect. He does take down the tree, but you cannot take down the forest. But guess what? Teamspirit can take you down. That's gonna be a dieback from Duraccio. A catastrophic game for the carry of Gaimin Gladiators, and into the road Teamspirit goes once again.
It looked good for a moment with the buyback, but then they kept chasing and the sniper buyback was huge. Nice snipe by Tofu. Gets the kill onto Mira.
That's a dieback too, right?
I think so, yeah. But is it gonna be enough to stop this Roche? I don't think so. Ooh, Quinn though.
Well, here comes Quinn, rolling thunder. The Roach is gonna be slapping him a bit. Not gonna be too much. The ulti from the Nature's Prophet, keeping the treant in place. Quinn is taking a lot of damage. He needs to run, and now the Storm, he has his mana back, but the Avalanche will stop him in his tracks. It doesn't mean that he's gonna stop just yet. Roll up Queen. He roll-ups into the ball, a fetal position, and he definitely needs someone to protect him there, but in the end, the Roche will go down. Gaimin Gladiators, they gave it their best effort, but Yatoro will still have 2 lives.
Wait, who did they give the shot to? To the Treant? Or the Tide?
No,
No,
he
Tide
had
had
it.
it. Because I didn't
no one
see
just
it
yet.
on Sniper yet.
I would give it to the Sniper. One more positioning tool. Maybe to the Hoodwink if you really want to burst someone down. But is it? It's actually good on the Storm, isn't it?
Ooh. I think it's mostly good when you get the 25 talent. Where it bounces. Before that, it's not super impressive. So I would definitely give it to the Sniper as well. But it doesn't have it.
Yeah, Yatoro, he's a frontliner. He's not gonna run away from a fight. He's just gonna wait there and fight till the end. Quinn has been found. Tide and the Treant can't really get the kill, even with a couple of roots. You're just not killing this hero.
Yeah, it's unlikely. He used to be quite vulnerable, but with this shot, it's really hard to take him down.
Jump in from Collapse, the Tendrils of the Deep, they have quite a huge animation, so the Fango will be out. The gold lead still continuing to increase in favor of Gaimin Gladiators, but it is still Ace that is getting everything, and poor Duraccio remains poor.
Yeah, and Laurel is gonna have his BKB now. 10 and 2 on this Storm. I mean, I feel like we're starting to understand why they picked this.
Quinn gonna be going for the Rolling Thunder. He's not easy to kill, especially having the roll up. Even the overgrowth doesn't kill him, but they're gonna be following him through. He does go for a TP, so takes them on for a ride.
That's such a Quinn move. I love it.
And actually forces out the ulti of the Treant Protector, so I'd be happy. I don't know if necessarily Gaimin Gladiators saw it, but it's still not gonna be there inside of a fight.
We spoke to Stormer yesterday in an interview, and he mentioned how Quinn just has such a great view on Dota, and his understanding is so different, but so insanely good. And I feel like this is such a classic example.
Like, I can accomplish something here without dying, and he has the sense, just because of the sheer amount of games that he plays, he has the sense not to die when he's going for risky plays like this.
Perhaps. Mira looking for something here, and he has an Invis rune.
Yes, on Tofu, Bushwhack will connect, he's gonna be sharpshooted with the follow-up stun. Tofu will definitely die. It's just a matter of time before he's dead. There's gonna be a root, they're waiting to see if maybe he wants to TP away. Is he actually out? No, no way, no way. With the follow-up Bushwhack, he will be stopped in his tracks, and Collapse will get a kill there. He's wicked sick. Other than that one time when he died, he has just been a beast around the map.
Yeah, he's such a force to be reckoned with. Yatoro, he has his pike now, so he didn't go straight deadless. He does value the positioning tools, maybe a little bit.
I still don't see who got the shard. I mean, I see that Treant has it, but I am pretty sure he had it before that fight. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong there, but no one on the side of Spirit has it. The other thing would be if it got destroyed, but I just didn't see it there in time. Either way, the Lifestealer is gonna have a BKB, so he's gonna have another way to get himself out of the overgrowth. That's gonna be a long time that you're magic immune. And these Spirit, all of their damage, you need to be going onto targets that don't have magic immunity, even the headshot of the sniper. That being said, though, the Lina, the representative of the current meta, is giving us some nice news that we can click on the banner below, get the $15 free bet, as Teamspirit are going for a smoke.
They have the Ravage, they have the Overgrowth. It's go time for Teamspirit, but who can they find? Quinn is close, but they don't quite see him.
Collapse has a Hex. This is a problem. Whoever you hex, they're going down. You have the burst damage to finish them off. Oh, Tofu! Perfect timing there to be on the high ground. He breaks the smoke in Teamspirit because of it. They're not going to be finding anything.
It's gonna expire soon, but still 30 seconds left. I don't think they're getting this tier 2, but Laurel is definitely getting Celery and a gem on top.
These supports are so sad in the game. Imagine one side is playing against the Storm, right? And the other side is playing against the Nature's Prophet Aghanim Scepter plus a Tiny. So that's pretty much what happened there to the Hoodwink. Mira is just walking, la 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 la, right? And the ulti randomly connects to you, you cannot escape and you're just dead. It's so sad. And then the Rubik, if he just as much pokes his nose to a ward, to any kind of vision that the Storm has, he's just instantly dead as well.
Yeah, I feel bad for them. But hey, it tends to be the supports doing a lot of the drafting, so they can't complain too much. They did this to themselves.
I definitely agree. Celery, you picked that hero. You decided to play it. Leitner, he's on the bottom lane, but Yatoro is here. They want to go for a Solar Growth is at the ready. He cannot TP out, and there it is. It's gonna be used now. He does go for the ulti. It is gonna root Yatoro for a little bit, but it is still a dead ace on this part of the map. He will get hunted down. Still, Quinn is coming over. Mira is gonna do his best to live, but that's not gonna be happening. Quinn will just not allow it.
Wait, Quinn went for an overwhelming blink rush?
Yep, over the Basher. I thought the Basher was a big deal, but okay.
That's a new one.
Explain this to me, my analyst. I'm gonna leave the floor to you.
Damn it. Okay, so he just wants the extra, I don't know, efficiency, because it doesn't cost any mana. And he gets a lot tankier than you would get with a Basher, of course. And it's one of those items that feels really good. Like, the sound is really satisfying. And then getting that coupled up with the sound of killing creeps and getting gold. Though there's a mental game, you know, you need to feel good. And overwhelming blink feels good.
Okay, I don't feel too good about your explanation. I wanted something more there, but yeah, it is gonna be quite nice. Gaimin Gladiators saying, what do? We overwhelm Teamspirit. How do we do it? With an overwhelming blink, of course. But yeah, it does give some damage. It is gonna be quite nice. You are dealing with a lot of magical damage on the enemy side, so being able to have a little bit extra HP definitely is gonna be coming in handy. And these core supports are gonna be in trouble. It is damage in some way, so we'll see how much it does actually come in handy.
He's going for a refresher next. Same time. This looks like a dead Mira once again.
Oh, Glimmer Cave just in time there. Laurel, if there was no Glimmer Cave, he would have gotten the kill. He gets it anyways because he does so much damage with his double damage, though. He does not have any more mana. He needs help. The Collapse coming over. Dyrachio doesn't want to be fighting any longer. The buyback from the Bango. He wants to re-engage on this fight. Sniper standing his ground. Yatoro is going to be shooting here onto Ace, and now the Assassinate is going to be coming through into the Piggy, but the Piggy isn't going to be going down just yet. And the Ravage comes through. Collapse finishes him off on his own. Avalanche toss onto Yatoro, but he's still standing his ground. Finally, he's going to be ran over. Quinn is back from the dead to finish him off, but he's standing his ground. Let's go. He has been disarmed. No way to continue that fight. Gaimin Gladiators, they want to go forward. They use the buyback. They want more out of this, but they probably won't be getting anyone else.
And Yatoro actually used his BKB man fighting the Nature's Prophet, and I think that cost him in the end.
Yeah, definitely. This lucky shot, I think it's the biggest problem for Yatoro, because even with only the Mask of Madness, he's lifestealing quite a lot with Thunder Knife, and now finally he has a shard.
They did have to buy back on the Pango though, so all things considered, I still consider it a victory for Team Spirit.
Spirit, they are the ones that took down a tier 2, so they're gonna have a little bit of an easier time here, taking down the Roche. You know what? We are actually mad. That was the first Roche. That's why there was no shard in it. Now is the second Roche is coming. Why did we think that was the second Roche here? I don't even know. But we even have it on our screen saying which Roche has been killed. But yeah, the production, I guess they need some special equipment here to make us understand what's going on. The Hex is gonna be on to Ace. He did come towards the top lane, but your Lifestealer, he just went out. They're gonna be going too far away though. Wizardly coming through. They won't collapse that. Finally, they might be able to crack down the beast. Your top high is not gonna be protecting you from being ran over by Quinn. Actually, it might just, because he's still standing his ground. The Tendrils of the Deep were stolen. And they will lose Tofu, but they're gonna be claiming something a lot bigger. And Mira, he forced back Jirachi out of the top lane, but he is back to finish what was started. And this is gonna be 2 Heroes of Spirit gone.
Really nice pick off there. Collapse, he is tough to kill, but 5v1 or 5v2, he's not invulnerable at all. And Duracho is gonna have another fire soon as well. Miposhka, he's banking on GG not having any detection here. They're gonna go for this.
Super annoying. Oh, he's found it. That's a dead ace. That is a very dead ace. Laurel does a huge amount of damage here. Now he did go for the Aghanim Scepter. I like this. A big Ravage is an instant fight loss for Gaimin Gladiators.
Oh, for sure. And now Shard as well, so they're gonna have so much AoE damage.
In the pit. Just so many good ways to protect the Roche from both sides. Spirit did go for a smoke. They don't have collapse, so you don't want to be engaging into a huge fight currently. But if there's the mistake from your opponents, you're gonna take the jump.
Laurel is closing in on 25 as well, and that is huge.
Big thing though, Gaimin Gladiators, they did take down the bottom tower, so constant pressure from the ulti of the Nature's Prophet finally coming into play. Even with the Treant Protector, you weren't able to protect that one. And Quinn, he's infested by a Nullifier Lifestealer. Your 4 staffs are not going to be doing much for you.
Both teams just posturing around the Roche pit, because this is such a big objective this game. Neither team willing to give it up, but also unwilling to commit for it.
Good thing for Gaimin Gladiators, they're still holding the outpost. The buybacks are gonna be a big deal, so I'm hoping production does allow us to see those, because there's gonna be a lot of them used probably just to defend this Roche. It could change the game completely to one or the other side.
Now tier 4 items coming out. Is there any one you would be looking for as either Team Spirit or Gaimin Gladiators? But hold that thought, we have a smoke coming up.
Yeah, with Quinn leading the charge, but he's not alone. He has someone inside of him. He's gonna be turned into a little piggy, but that's a very tanky one with 4k HP. You don't die, and also has an ASA. Storm jumps in. He just found the support. This is a perfect one, and Tofu will be following through. Your captain is dead. You're gonna be next. He has a force to get them to high ground, but they have found the tree, and in the backlines there, Miposhka will go for the ulti, but the Rage will take that one down immediately. Wild has double kills, double buyback here from the support. They want to be fighting Yatoro with the BKB. He just has to run. I need help. He does have the concussive grenades. Should be able to get himself away, and he does. He's been disarmed, but finally his gun has been given back to him again. They're gonna get the stun and the Ravage. He connected there. What a mistake coming up from the Lifestealer. Ace is dead. He does not have a buyback. Duraccio, he has the Rage, has the BKB, so he can continue fighting. Overgrowth is not ready. Collapse going forward. He knows he's very, very strong, but are you strong enough to stand next to this Lifestealer? Duraccio is finally strong enough to just stand his ground and fight and actually go through the Tidehunter to look at how much damage he does in Storm without any mana. Useless.
I'm quite surprised that Diracho somehow managed to keep himself in the game, in terms of net worth at least, because he's actually a relevant threat right now.
For sure. You saw the Tide. He actually seemed soft.
Quinn still running around
infested
with his Lifestealer inside, and no one is safe for Team Spirit without the BKBs.
They're best friends. Mira, though, doesn't like that gang for sure, because they are They're just killing him all the time. They're gonna go for Quinn. He does have the roll-up. That's gonna be defending them for the time being. Swashbuckle to the low ground. He's fine. Mira does use the buyback. They can't let go of this Roche.
Gonna be able to take this pretty quickly with the Deso on the lifestealer. Teamspirit does have time to respond, but they don't have a Tidehunter.
Smoke was used. Push back into the pit. They're gonna know that there's no one in there. The Gladiators want to fight while Ace is pushing out the lanes. Yatoro getting gone on. He does have the butterfly. He's standing his ground. He's actually attacking quite a lot. And through the BKB, they can't do the damage. Mira is dead. It's a no buyback hero in the back lines. Both of the supports, the Gaimin Gladiators are gone. But this might be a sniper gone as well. The overgrowth is not gonna be saving you. The roll-up is there. And this shard from Quinn is just making such a huge difference. Storm is gonna have his second spell, the Vortex, in just a couple of seconds. But he needs more targets. Lucky for him, collapses back.
And every single time they can get on top of the sniper, they just explode him after the BKB. Speaking about being exploded, Quinn.
They can't kill Quinn. He does have the A on this. Look at this. He's still half HP. He's gonna be fine. And now, Tidehunter, look at the Ratio going around like a hungry tiger. He's waiting to gobble this watermelon up. Not jump in from Laurel. He's gonna be killing Ace here. It seems like it without any armor. He's dead as well. Laurel, you need to run. You don't have any mana. You don't have a TP. And Gaimin Gladiators, they might just run you down. No, you are just not as important as the Roche. Gaimin Gladiators, fight after fight here around the pit. They come out ahead.
The sniper used to be able to man fight, but against both Quinn and Diraccio with the lucky shot, yeah, like you mentioned, it's almost impossible. Even with the butterfly being up, it just doesn't matter.
And he can't do the damage. He only has a 6-second BKB. Quinn has to die. That is the thing. The Spango has to die, and they cannot kill him. He has 4k HP when the lifestealer is in him. He has an A on disc. He is just gonna refuse to die every single time. And now the lifestealer as well with an Aegis is just not a target.
And I feel like Teamspirit, they need that huge wombo combo in the fight with the Ravage into the Vortex. And if they don't end the fight right there, I feel like Gaimin Gladiators has such a big edge.
Level 25 on the Storm. You still have to break the enemy base. Though I have to say, even whilst those fights were happening, Gaimin Gladiators, they were always ahead in terms of lanes being pushed out. And that's just the power of the Nature's Prophet. That is what Ace has been contributing to the team. But I don't know, Spirit, even if they would win a fight, how do you overtake the map? How do you take all of this control back? Oh, that's a lot of money.
It's just so difficult. But yeah, that was like a 2k gold lead right there, just in terms of bounty runes. No one cares about the bottom side of the map this game. It's just all Nature's Prophet pushing it out. But to answer how you're ever gonna push this out, I feel like the only way is to kill the Prophet.
They have been killing Ace quite a lot in this game, I mean, to be fair. But it usually does take a couple of their heroes and quite some time of hunting. Diraccio has already finished off the MKB and the Octarine Core on Quinn. Now he's even more dangerous. Look at that, 3.3k HP. That is without the Infest and the Lifestealer. He just loves to be inside of Quinn every single fight.
Yeah, and he can just be so patient and wait for the perfect opportunity. Because Quinn is gonna do so much work and he's never gonna die.
Ratio is level 25 as well. He's gonna be magic immune so long. Rage, BKB, then Rage again. It's just so long that he's gonna be a problem in these fights, and you don't have damage to bring him down. Of course, still, Spirit, let's not write them off here, because, I mean, big Ravage into a big pull from the Storm now, especially with the Shard. It can be a team wipe.
Ace, he has his Gleipnir, his AC, and now working towards an MKB as well. So I feel like he doesn't really need to do a lot in fights, because Diraccio and Quinn have GG covered in terms of damage, but if you leave him alone, he's still gonna kill all of your supports.
Look at the Storm has to go for a 4-staff against the Nature's Prophet because of the level 20 talent. That is just not an item you want to have on this hero.
Yeah, it feels really bad.
So what is Tide making with the Helm of the Iron Roll? Diraccio goes for a BKB. Was this a misclick?
I think so, yeah. It happens to the best of us.
We don't know what binds Diraccio uses, but There, he probably wanted to go for the Rage. Yeah, they're kind of the same thing, even though Rage does give you some movement speed. But he decides to go for a BKB. Maybe it's a bait. Like, look, Spirit, we don't have a BKB on the Lifestealer. Come out of your base. And Spirit, they're not going to be taking the bait for now.
Nullifier on the Tide Hunter, actually. He's gonna go for a roll.
Yeah. To me, it's looking like the goal is to burst down the Bango. You put a Nullifier on him, you hex him. The second the Aeon Disc pops, bam ulti. Right? If he manages to do that, and they actually kill him, because you purge off the Aeon Disc, he doesn't have the status resistance, he can die. I think that's the goal here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think so too. Does he have his refresher yet, though? I don't think so, right? He changed his mind into this.
Oh, that's not gonna be the case. Not just yet. He's gonna need some time. We are seeing now the odds shifting in favor of Gaimin Gladiators for a good reason. Storm jumps in. He's gonna be pulling them in. That's an Aeon Disc gone. See if Teamspirit can continue this fight. Dyrachyo heals himself up a little bit, but not too much there with the open wounds.
Collapse, almost level 25 as well. That's another big one.
For sure, Yatoro is 25 too. So he's gonna have the extra range. They go for the shrapnel charges. Storm is gonna be caught. He's close to BKB. Now the Nullifier is gonna be on him, so that Arcane Rune is no longer there. They're trying to kill the Tiny, but he has to run away right now. Laurel jumps in, jumps out. I don't want to be a part of this. He's gonna be keeping back to the base. Ravage comes out. What was stolen? It's gonna be an anchor smash. Celery is fine. There's gonna be a fall off as well with the Tendrils, but Miposhka, he puts himself out there and dies as well. They've lost the supports. Well, Gaimin Gladiators, they did lose Quinn, so he did lose his life. Ace is dropping low. Glimmer Cape, not gonna be saving you. They do have vision. Yatoro just want to be caught there, and even with the Nullifier, that's not gonna be enough. Now Nullifier on the Celery, he lifts up the front side. Get away from me. But how are you gonna get the Storm away from you? He's gonna zipping himself out. Collapse trying to live. And look at the positioning of Yatoro, but Dogo has found him. Go in and fight like a man. Don't just stand away. He's gonna be getting himself on a cliff. I'm the GOAT. I'm the best. Dyrachyo, you are nothing. Quinn, you have to be very careful. This ball of yours is gonna get punctured with a lot of bullets in it. And here comes the tree, and he's back from the dead. Celery will get assassinated, and Quinn, he just bought back. This is the fight that they were waiting for. That Nullifier, it really did change a lot. Quinn is gonna have a swashbuckle in a second, but he doesn't have a TP for 10. How do you get out? Because you're so good. He blinks himself away, and Quinn is fine. Laurel, no mana to chase.
You mentioned it in the draft, and I can't emphasize it enough, but Yatoro's positioning in that fight was insane. First standing in the trees, taking down both Ace and Dyrachyo's first life, and then forcing himself onto the cliff. That was insane. Just watch the sniper positioning here. He's doing so much damage, and he's not even on the screen.
Pew, 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 pew. Look at that. We can barely see Yatoro. He did go for that extra range, and it's really making a difference. Just look at from where he's attacking.
He snipes Quinn, then he snipes Dyrachyo's first life, and then Ace is gonna fall as well. And all of this is because Collapse is standing here in the front line, making space, using that Hex, using the Tendrils, using the Nullifier. He is a threat that you have to deal with.
Laurel peeping to the base and then coming back from the base to just finish someone off. Laurel is godlike, right? He hasn't died for a very long time. Every single fight, even when Teamspirit are not looking good. And look at that, the Nullifier is flying towards him. The projectile is going towards him, but he gets himself to the cliff before it connects. If it had connected there, Yatoro is actually in a pretty uncomfortable position.
Yeah, I think so too. In the live game, we have a Storm Spirit looking for trouble, it looks like. But they're not gonna find anything.
For himself? For himself or someone else?
Either one.
That's what we want. We want trouble here. Sniper now, he does have the ninja gear. So he's a sniper and he's a ninja, which means when you catch him, he goes like ninjutsu, goes through the woods and gets himself into a better position yet again. Yatoro, pretty good at that. Still, Gaimin Gladiators are 10k goal ahead, but Quinn dies and you're gonna be in a ton of trouble.
The gold lead really doesn't feel that significant this game. It's all about positioning and who gets the better fight.
Quinn has only 5,000 HP. Casual there. Yeah, that's completely fine. Yatoro, he's gonna have his work cut out for him, but we could see with the right positioning and with the right time, he could be he can take the heroes down. He's gonna be TPing to the top lane, so Teamspirit, they're hunting for someone with a smoke. Obviously not gonna be finding anyone just yet.
Ace got out just in time there. If he was 2 seconds later with that teleport, they would have caught him.
So Sniper wants the Scotty over the boots. I was thinking something like a Divine Rapier, but Ace was thinking that he was gonna be safe on top, and he was very, very wrong. Laurel gets another one, and now he's beyond godlike.
Yatoro doesn't have boots anymore. I guess he still has the ninja gear for positioning, as well as both the grenade and the pike. He's a very slow boy now.
Tiny has a silver edge as well. So we were talking about Tofu having some damage items later on in the game, and there it is. The Tiny is gonna start to pack a punch if he's left unattended. Though still surviving for this Tiny, I think, is gonna be the biggest endeavor, the biggest challenge.
We're gonna see another 5-man smoke. Roche is up.
Jump in, Hex. Oh, you have a silver edge. Well, you're just gonna die. You're gonna be invisible for good. Rolling Thunder for Quinn. Yatoro stands his ground there. He has been nullified, but he does have the Satanic. He's standing his ground. Let's go, Duraccio. You and me next to each other. I'm gonna man fight you. I'm not even gonna run. Still standing his ground. Yatoro, though, he's taking a lot of damage here from Ace. He doesn't have a buyback, but Ace will be following suit. That's a dieback on his side. And Tofu cannot rejoin the fight either. Mira has been caught, but he goes for a blink to the side. Him and Miposhka in the same place. He just killed Miposhka now. No, they don't have vision. He's fine. Ooh, he almost killed his captain there.
It was so close. Gaimin Gladiators, they should be able to get Roche here. His Sniper doesn't have a buyback, but this was an expensive one.
This spicy one for GG, I think. Yes, Roche, you do get it, but you don't have a buyback on the lifesteal, you don't have a buyback on Ace, you don't have a buyback on Quinn. Some of those are going to be coming back on, mainly the one on Quinn, but in the next 7 minutes, you lose the fight and it's a problem, but they get an Aghanim. Quinn now is going to be an even bigger issue.
And with the Basher as well. It is worth noting, though, that the Treant is closing in on level 25. And I think Treant's Undispellable Overgrowth might just be the best talent in the game. It turns Overgrowth from a nuisance to like a 5-second stun. It is ridiculous.
And he's probably going to be gunning for a refresher, which Collapse has. Teamspirit, they're gearing up for this late game so well. Man, that's level 25 of the Treant. It can change everything, but that's why kill him. Kill him before that happens. Kill him now. Don't waste any time, Quinn. He knows this is going to be a big problem for him. Your roots are going to be cut down.
Laurel, he's level 28, 19-2 and 19 on this Storm Spirit. He's been having an insane game. If I had Laurel in my team, I would pick Storm Spirit more often as well.
Lifestealer now, he has the Satanic, so he's gonna be stealing even more life, getting his HP up. We saw there he couldn't stand his ground against the Sniper with the Satanic. Now he might just be able to. He has the cheese as well, so a lot of things to feed on if he cannot get on top of heroes, if he cannot get that HP up.
He has the Aegis, so he should be able to do a lot of building damage here.
Can you really go high ground against these? Oh, they caught him. Might be able to take the Aegis down. Roll in from the storm, but the avalanche there, not gonna be enough. That is just so much damage out there. Laurel pops the BKB, thinking about continuing this fight, but they're not gonna be going forward. Double Ravage is still available. If you're Gaimin Gladiators, you have to be very careful, and that's a mistake from Duraccio.
Yeah, I guess the answer to going high ground is a pretty resounding no.
But when is it gonna be a resounding yes here when Blade? I mean, if Teamspirit currently with their items, if they don't want to leave the base, they never have to. And I don't know how Gaimin Gladiators break it. Of course, you're gonna be gunning for the win sometime, so that's gonna be your chance. But really, this high ground defense of Spirit, it's insane.
I guess you just wait for the next Roche. You buy 5 meteor hammers, and that's the way to break the base slowly but surely. But no, I really don't know. They need to wait for Spirit to make a mistake. If you can kill the Sniper twice, that's how you win the game. I don't see any other path to victory.
And even then, the Storm Spirit, he was shown to do quite a lot of damage himself as well now, especially with the Shard Aghanims. He has everything he needs, and he's still not level 30, and he's going to be getting to that point at some time here in this game. Tiny Silver Edge. Okay, this is not a damage-dealing Silver Edge. This is a positioning Silver Edge.
Yeah, with the Boots of Bearing as well. He's just supporting his team.
Okay, so Mira, he did see that his team is quite good at bursting people down. He hasn't been able to accomplish much in this game, has been the target of focus. So now he has a shard, so he's definitely going to be helping his teammates even from the grave. Once the boomerang comes out, that target, he can be very easily brought down. What a scan from Gaimin Gladiators. They know.
They know something is up, and they're in a really good position to take a fight if Teamspirit walks up to them.
Look at the side lanes. The side lanes for Gaimin Gladiators are in such a good spot. This is not looking the greatest for Spirit, and Quinn will make sure that the mid lane is pushed out as well.
Yatoro going for a refresher on the sniper as well. And I think this is the right purchase. I was gonna suggest it earlier because he needs those 2 BKBs.
What about the Aghanim's, right? Are you hoping for a Roche from that one? Because that's probably the best initiation in the game. Like 3000 range, stun, without any committal. You almost instantly fire it out. It could be nice.
Yeah, I guess so. It's like an 8th item.
Yeah, okay. Currently, he has only 6, so Yatoro is...
He's
not
pretty
bad.
poor.
We'll see if...
Only 6 items, come on.
It is nighttime, Wingblade, and we have a sniper on Teamspirit, the thing that we didn't touch upon too much. So currently, in terms of vision, Spirit, in an open area, they're gonna have the advantage.
And he doesn't even have the moonshot yet, just the innate night vision of sniper.
Yep. Whenever I hear a spell, I think there's a big fight coming, but for now, everyone is just so careful. The gold lead of Gaimin Gladiators, it is increasing, but only slightly. And I have to say, the gold lead means nothing currently, because everyone has all of the items that they basically need. Everything now becomes just a luxury.
Yep. And it's been 56 minutes, and we haven't seen a single tier 3 go down.
Not even close. Ooh, that's a DD on the lifestealer. That's a lot of damage boost there for him. He already has around 400 per hit. He's gonna be having even more Duratio. This is no pushover, 450 actually, and he's gonna be having over 600 there once he pops that DD.
There we have it. Miposhka hits level 25. So Overgrowth is now the spell to watch in these team fights.
Teamspirit are so much stronger in a team fight, man. It's just insane what they can do. Double Ravage, Collapse is even going for an Arcane Blink. Once he has that, imagine that initiation. He jumps in and a hero is instantly dead. Even with the Tendrils of the Deep, you could jump in and just instantly kill someone. Yes, you do have the Hex, but this could be an AoE spell, and the Refresher on the Tree and Protector Spirit are so damn strong.
Yeah, they just need to find the fight.
Storm, he is gonna be found. That's not a fight. That's Rubik for now. It does have an A on this. It's gonna be fine. And they found the Tide Hunter. You wanna kill Collapse, Overgrowth. You wanna get out of that one. Not gonna be happening. You're gonna stay there forever. And another Overgrowth. What's with these roots? They just cannot be dealt with. But he's still surviving. No, finally, this is gonna be dropping up 16 souls. I'm sorry. This is not the one that he wanted. And finally, the Ravage comes out. The Kraken is released twice. And it is gonna be Spirit cleaning out Gaimin Gladiators who don't have buybacks. And that should be a nail in the coffin here for game number 1.
You think they can end of this? Because it's just a 100 seconds and they still have tier 2s.
I don't know. It's maybe they can't. GG, they're not calling GG just yet. Celery is gonna be going into the trees. TP out. Miposhka guesses right. He's not gonna be finding him, and that's a lot of space that he created. Now it's no longer 100 seconds. It's a lot less.
Yeah, I guess they are gonna have buybacks soon onto Duratio. Of course, Lifestealer alone can't really deep push lanes. I'm not even sure if it is worth it.
How do you play Dota now? How do you play Dota now if you're GG? Like, what do you do?
You just pray. They have no chance in fights anymore. They need to keep pushing the lane, start split pushing, go back to the old school rat Dota. Miposhka, his positioning is so beautiful. They don't even see him, but he gets like 10 seconds of disable. Single-handedly won them the fight.
This just seems sad. You know, at this point, Gaimin Gladiators are like, okay, they don't have their spells. No, they still have 2 Ravages. Collapse is still super strong. And Teamspirit, none of their heroes took damage. That's going to be the first lane of racks here. 59 minutes in, will be dropping down. Teamspirit, will they go for more? Or is it time to bail and just prepare for the Roche?
I think they can deal some damage, but they don't want to. They have a Rapier onto Yatoro as well. He buys a Moonshot. No buyback for him. If he dies, maybe that's the way that Gaimin Gladiators can still win this.
Okay, Yatoro giving them a chance, like a good sport. But after that previous fight, he probably feels like these guys, they can't win against us in a million years. This game is ours. Is there an item? Is there a play? Is there a way for Gaimin Gladiators to do well? I mean, yeah, you killed the Treant, but he buys back. So you're gonna have to give me something else that's gonna help them against this.
Maybe the next tier neutral items could be salvation for them. Maybe if they get like a huge Mira shield. I don't even know. I'm just grasping at straws here.
It is looking really tough, but applies it to everyone as well, so I wouldn't hate it that way. And they did swap there. Collapse, he is a big sea monster. Obviously he's gonna have a couple of pirate hats around. Of course this one is gonna be a little bit stronger than the others.
Ooh, Miposhka. He knows Celery is close. Is he gonna find him? No.
Oh, he thought about the ulti there, but he understands this is way too valuable to be using on a mere support, who also does have a buyback. So I think Celery, if he gets caught there, he's more than happy.
Yeah, the best counter or response Gaimin Gladiators has to all the ultis for Teamspirit is buybacks. That's the chance they have to win fights. They need to commit those.
There's also one big problem now, even bigger than before. The Treant has the Book of Shadows, so that means that Miposhka, he's just not a target for you any longer. He does not exist.
Does he have an A on disc as well? I don't think so, right?
No.
So you could still try to burst him.
Dire are scanning.
Cool. Lift up in the air, Avalanche should be able to bring him down. Sniper has bought the Moon Shard for someone, but he doesn't know who to give it to. None of his teammates do benefit a lot from it. I guess the Storm does get a couple of right clicks in, but Teamspirit, they're going for a smoke. They want to fight.
Ooh, they're so close. But Yatoro just reveals himself, starts hitting buildings, and why not? They're gonna absolutely melt.
Gaimin Gladiators, where they're attacking from, what's happening? Well, until you get an idea where I am, you're gonna be losing your axes immediately, and the range ones will follow. Toss, it's not good to be into that position, but Glass will be going in with the Ravage, gonna be connecting onto the end. This will pop there, so Quinn will get out to that one. He goes for the Rolling Thunder, but Tofu looking quite dead. He's gonna be surviving for now. Laurel finishes him off. Doesn't have that much mana on the Storm, but he's still standing his ground. And the Aegis and Yatoro, it is still active. Pew, pew, pew. Miragio wants to come close, no problem. Let's fight. Let's finish. He's gonna be disarmed, he's gonna be stunned, he's gonna be hacked. They're gonna kill him once. Very nice to get on top of him. It's a lot of damage. bomb. Cannot get out, he's dead. He will buy back the Ravage now. That's come out. The Ojo was stolen by the Rubik's Level 25, but it's just so hard to be keeping all of these people in place. And Laurel, he comes in, gets them all together. This will be your doom. You will be buried together. GG. Quinn is surviving because of the shield crash, but that is going to be expiring fairly soon, and then the shots from the sniper will finally put you to the grave. Teamspirit have done it. They have won game number 1, and now are 1 game closer to going to the grand finals.
Man, what a game. I hope this is a sign of things to come for this day. We have 8 games like this coming up, or I guess 7, because we just had the first one. But my god, what a performance by Teamspirit. They were behind in gold almost the entire game, but it felt so even throughout.
And it even looked like Gaimin Gladiators couldn't capitalize on their lead. They were pushing in the waves, they had better positioning, but they weren't getting the key kills. They weren't forcing out the key buybacks. The last time that Yatoro bought back was at that Roche fight, and that's it. He got the Aegis there and just survived through it. So I'm impressed. I'm impressed by both teams, but it came down in the end that the late game, even though I usually think late game is 50-50, this one on the side of Teamspirit was just insane. Miposhka, yeah, I have to say, he's the one that won the game in the end with his level 25.
Even in the last fight, you could see Sniper being absolutely blown up. The Ravage didn't really do that much because BKBs were up, but the overgrowth was just insane. Like, there is literally nothing you can do about it.
We're gonna be seeing it here again, so yeah, it is just so sad. It even got stolen, but you don't have that talent as a Rubik.
It looks pretty even so far. And then they get on top of the Sniper now. And Sniper just explodes, right? A single hex, it doesn't matter that he has 4k HP, he just dies. But Miposhka, he fought back, and there we have the overgrowth. And at this point the fight was over. Even with the stolen overgrowth, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, and then they're holding together. You know, they've been holding hands there, the Leicester and the Pango, for the entirety of the game, and then they're just pulled together by some random guy as the Sniper is standing his ground in the middle of everything and just killing them because they can't move. They just can't move. But Wingblade, as you mentioned, this is what is to come for the rest of the day. I'm very happy. You're very happy. The viewers are very happy. But with that being said, we are going to be going on to a short break to give a breather to the players to prepare for game number 2 here in the lower bracket finals. The BETBOOM Universe Episode 1 returns here with Harry Freak and Wingblade, and we are back into the lower bracket finals. Game 1, what a way to start the day off, Wingblade. We already see some tier 5 items, we already see a 60+ minute game, and do you think that these teams are just teasing to what's to come, that we might get even more epic games?
Oh, for sure. They've planned this, you know? We have like 7 games of this planned ahead of us. It's all known in advance, of course. They just want to make sure that everyone has the great games. They don't care about winning, they just care about viewer entertainment. And we love them for it.
Oh, of course. Of course they do. Who would care about winning? It's all about the viewers. We have to say hello to our beautiful Twitch chat. Hello. But anyways, though, I don't think Gaimin Gladiators were looking that much into the future, letting the Treant be a first pick and then it being the their worst nightmare. There, you said that Mira, his words were, "We are afraid of Gaimin Gladiators." Well, it seems like Teamspirit have found their courage.
Yeah, it's insane, right, for the Treant that it's both the strongest level 1 hero, arguably, and the strongest level 25 hero. And then in the middle, he's like, okay, but those 2 points, they're crazy.
Do you think it's a little bit overpowered? I have to say, once he got that level 25, I think Teamspirit probably just put their hands behind their heads, relaxed, and said, "Yep, this is over. We won."
Yeah, I think it's a bit much. Like, there was nothing they could do. There is not a single item or a single play you can do to avoid it. Because it pierces BKB and it doesn't get removed anymore. There is literally nothing you can do. Is there anything else in Dota where it's like there is no counterplay? With Black Hole, you can at least cancel it. RP is kind of small AoE and you can still dispel it. It's like there is nothing in Dota like it. It's insane.
It was really sad. Like, you have 1,000 items to pick out of. Even if you would change your entire draft there, okay, we want to be playing 5 different heroes. I still don't see the combination that is gonna allow you to play against that one in the late game where the sniper is doing so much damage. And it's not the only thing that you have to think about is the storm pulling you in. It's the ravage that is there to follow up as well. Just so many things they had to keep their eyes on. In the end, it is not gonna be enough. But you know, speaking about game number 2, is this enough to ban out the Treant to justify banning that one out? Or is there just like, yeah, not every game is he gonna be a level 25?
Yeah, I think the latter one. This is such an edge case. When you play against the Treant, you don't really expect it to go 70 minutes. Because like game duration is like a bell curve, right? So we were like at the opposite end that we're used to. And maybe you get like 170-minute games every like 40 games. So yeah, I wouldn't count on them banning it first phase. But maybe they will respect it a bit more after this game.
I think the statistics would disagree with you. Here in the last couple of days here in the BETBOOM universe, we have had some very long games, some very hype games as well, and we are hoping that that is how it's gonna continue, hoping to go into the draft phase as soon as possible to see what the teams have in store, what have they prepared, will they adjust in any way, or are we gonna be seeing similar openings here, Wingblade? What do you think? Let's say you're on one of these sides, you're a coach, is there anything you want to change?
No, I think both openers were really solid. Like, I still don't think that it was a huge draft win for Teamspirit up until the point that we saw the Diretio lifestealer.
Of course.
Which I still have my doubts about, even if it did do surprisingly well. So yeah, in terms of draft openers, I would just stick to the script.
Does seem to be the case. We're probably going to be seeing the Rubiks, the Trians, the Brood Mothers, and the Linas coming out once we do have a draft on our hands, and we're probably going to be getting info about that one fairly soon. Looking at these two teams, game number one, is that the type of game that kind of takes you down if you're Gaimin Gladiators, or is that the one you easily shrug off? Do you think they had it at some point and just that it slipped through?
I don't think they really had it at some point. I don't think it was a huge throw or anything because they had like a 13k gold lead, but that's really so negligible at that stage of the game. So I think such a loss affects you a little bit. Obviously, we are emotional creatures after all, but I don't think it's too disheartening. Because these late game matches, you know anything can happen. And when you're so outmatched in the late game, you're not going to feel too bad about it. You played your best. I don't think they made any big mistakes, so they can go into the second game feeling good about themselves.
Okay, so this time around, no Undying ban. So Gaimin Gladiators, they're going to be switching off to a Treant Protector. Makes sense. So no Treant. Is this Rubik then?
I think so. I mean, Rubik is like the quintessential first pick, right? You can fit it into any draft. It doesn't really get countered by anything. You can go for Death Prophet as well. I think she is similarly flexible and strong, but I would just pick Rubik.
Yeah, I have to say though, Teamspirit, they're one of the teams where I often see that through the first reserve time, through the first picks, they're going through the reserve time. And I don't know what's it about, but when I watch the true side, it seems like on this first pick, they're already imagining how the next 3-4 are gonna go after they've seen the bans, even though it might be the bans that they would have expected. So this is actually quite interesting. That is usually seen from them specifically.
Yeah, because last game they first picked the Treant, and obviously they can't do that anymore. But they could pick the Undying that was banned last game. Because we spoke about it being likely that it took so long for the first picks because their preferred opener was banned. But they are gonna go with the Rubik. I wonder if we're gonna see the Prophet first phase again from GG.
I would be okay with it. I think Ace did a good job. There was a couple of times when he got caught, but it was because of the speed of Teamspirit. You are playing against the Storm Spirit that you don't see too often. You might be used to the clockwork, but the Storm is just slightly faster in terms of catching you on different sides of the map. So I think it was very nice reads from Miposhka and Laurel that killed Ace rather than him playing it badly. So he is going to be getting it again. I would be okay with the clock here, even though not the greatest hero against the Rubik. It is still quite nice to have it as a deny pick.
10 seconds remaining.
Yeah, I think Clockwork would be pretty good. What other options do they have of tanky melee heroes?
Well, if they do want tanky melee heroes, maybe they're gonna go with a damage dealer, you know, like the Hoodwink. It wouldn't surprise me at all. Though they could go for the Tofu hero, you know, a Tusk or a Tiny. That has been their go-to, and I wouldn't hate it here. It's really something that you can't really counter. I would maybe like the Tusk a bit more, just because the Avalanche is way too good on the Rubik.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with that one. But they go for the Hoodwink, like you mentioned. It's a pretty solid pick. It's It's a nice tofu hero.
Oh. So last time we had a sniper. I don't think we're going to be getting a sniper this time because you didn't open with the treant. I think that mostly Teamspirit have played it with the treant protector. So I would be okay with the primal beast here actually. I think Laurel has played it in the past and it's very good against both of these heroes. Something like primal beast, bat, those are the ones that come to mind.
Ooh.
Let's go.
That's spicy.
So I don't know if you have followed the Eastern European Division 2, but they have started picking a carry Marcy quite a lot. And we saw Yatoro play it on position 1. I think it was yesterday. And this hero is stupid strong, right? And it's one of those heroes that in the lane can actually get on top of the Nature's Prophet. So I like it, right? I like it for the flexibility, and I also like it as a core potential here for Yatoro.
Yeah, it's certainly interesting. I wonder how GG is going to respond to this and if they have a feeling of which position this is going to be.
If they do for now, I'm going to go through Spirit. I think that's the only Marcy game they played, and they played it as a 1. I don't remember seeing Collapse playing it in Division 1 though. You know, I don't really have all of the games in my mind currently, but yeah, in this tournament they've only played 1 Marcy, and it was a Yatoro Marcy. So I'm really looking forward to something like that.
You see the Collapse Centaur being banned out once again. So they really don't want to face Centaur with the Prophet. Teamspirit gonna be banning out Duracio's Ursa. I guess that is a pretty unpleasant matchup for a Marcy. Assuming it is gonna be the Yatoro Marcy, of course.
It's the only carry matchup I can think of that actually wins a fight against the Marcy. Doesn't necessarily have to. You can get caught and she can burst you down, but the other way around is true. And if they meet each other in the woods, you use the enrage and you have the edge over the Marcy. So yeah, I think it's the only hero that the Marcy is actually afraid to go head on. There's the Primal Beast ban. I was really thinking that Spirit were getting that one. It would have been such a great pick here for them.
I guess the Troll should also be winning a man fight, but then you have a Troll in your team, and I don't think you want to have a Troll in your team. This hero is just so bad.
Could be. Though Marcy can jump out, kite him, and once your ulti is down, then it is debatable who wins. But yeah, I do agree he would be fine. But we have seen Trolls pretty much fall every single time. Slark is also a nice one there. So the more I see the bans, the more I'm thinking this is a carry Marcy. Of course, it doesn't mean that it cannot be played in the offlane by Collapse as well. These heroes are just as well going to be a problem for him. But if it is an offlane Marcy, I just don't want to see a armlet. Every single time I saw the armlet, the BKB was way too late. If it's an offlane Marcy, just pick up a BKB and go ham.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I think that's such a game-losing strategy. So what do we think Quinn would want to play against this? Because I feel like there is quite a few mid heroes that do really well against a Marcy. If you have something like an OD, she's just not gonna have any fun at all. But first, they pick up a Tusk. So it could be a mid Tusk. Could be a 5 Tusk as well, together with the Prophet. I think that's not too bad. And Celery has played it before quite a bit. I believe more than Quinn, because Tusk also doesn't seem like a Quinn hero.
Yeah, but if this is a support duo, I think it's gonna be a Tofu Tusk and a Celery Hoodwink, because Tofu has been naturally better than Celery on these melee heroes, and Celery has mostly played, you know, the Rubiks and the Hoodwinks if the position 4 was already taken by these playmakers that go in deep. So I'm gonna assume it is gonna be Tofu on the Tusk.
Ooh, and we see the Snapfire. And I'm always so excited to see Teamspirit pick up Snapfire, because I love core Snapfire. I think it's so much fun.
But are we gonna see it? Mira is very well known for his Snapfire, also for that interview on TI. Like, you haven't played any Snapfire before? Did you practice it in pubs? No, I have never played it, but it's an easy hero, so I went with it, and then it ended up being the best hero for us in TI. So that is a formidable Snapfire player there on the side of Teamspirit. 2 of them makes it very hard to know who's gonna be playing what.
And we still don't know anything.
Yep. And we're not gonna know.
They do have a lot of stuns, a lot of tankiness already, so that is nice. They're not super mobile though. And I guess they have a decent amount of deep push for the Furion, but I could still see them struggling. Because they do want to play really high tempo, they want to get those kills. And playing like that is so difficult when your lanes are pushed out.
They have no vision heroes. They have no great catch. They have solid ones to push out the waves, but as you mentioned, not great. And also they're susceptible to physical damage. So a Tusk that is a support that maxes out the tag team could be a problem.
Yeah, I think so too. With Gaimin Gladiators, Ember Spirit is still in the pool this time. And this looks like a really nice Ember game to me.
You're gonna get a Snapfire to the face though, so your lane is not gonna be great. That is one thing to think about.
I guess the laning wouldn't be ideal, but I feel like that's something Ember has to deal with quite often. Because his mid matchups aren't that great. If you think about all the meta mids right now, Ember doesn't win against a lot of them. It's just that he's so strong in the mid game. But we'll see what Quinn goes for. I would love to see him pick up something like a Huskar as well. Because he's been known to play a bit of cheese in the past. But it's not gonna be cheese. It's gonna be run-of-the-mill. It's gonna be a Quinn classic. It's gonna be the Pangolier.
Yeah, Pango again. Okay, I have to say he did perform quite well in the previous game. Though I was very much surprised about the overwhelming blink over the Basher. I think those things maybe could have changed the game for the better for them, but then again could have changed it for the worse. He had a plan, it didn't work out. But again, a solid Pango game. Really, none of these heroes do well against the Rolling Thunder. But then again, if it is a Laurel mid lane snap, you are gonna be struggling in the lane itself.
We're gonna see the Duratio Terrorblade being banned out. So it looks like they once again expect this to be an Ace Nature's Prophet, and I agree with them on that one.
Do you ban out the Pudge? I think you can, and probably you should, if you are playing a carry Marcy, you know, because he does have a BKB piercing disable, something that Gaimin Gladiators, they are lacking until level 20 of the Nature's Prophet. Then, of course, the Basher and Quinn. Yeah, the Walrus Punch is nice, but it's not really that big of a deal.
Yeah, I think the Pudge is a good ban. They could ban the Naga as well if they want to, because that's another Duratio classic that's really gonna make the game difficult for them.
That is true. That is very true. And you don't have to have a last pick to deal with the illusion-based heroes. Yeah, I'd prefer the Naga ban here. Actually, would be quite a decent one. I don't know how Teamspirit would force out the fight ever.
And let's see. Gaimin Gladiators, they still need both teams. They need a carry, most likely, or because Gaimin Gladiators, they are banning out the carries right now, so maybe they do expect this to be not a Yatoro Marcy, but maybe like a Collapse Marcy.
Maybe they are banning out the Bloodseeker though. It is a counter to the Pango. Though more and more currently in the meta, I'm seeing Pangos do well against the Bloodseekers because there's just not too many BKB piercing disables. You buy Lincolns and you're actually somewhat safe.
They ban out the Puck as well, so they truly don't know what's happening here.
Yeah.
And I can relate.
Do you know?
No, I have no idea.
Yeah,
I can pretend, but honestly, they could go in any kind of direction with these heroes.
10 seconds remaining.
Oh, I wouldn't hate the core Tiny in this one. Just because Hoodwink is an easy grab and Nature's Prophet is an easy grab, especially having these two supports to contribute a little bit to the damage. So I wouldn't mind the mid Tiny, and it is a Laurel hero. I think his playstyle has changed ever since he joined the team. If you remember him in the Christmas show, he was always in the enemy's face. So Teamspirit, they did put the leash on him and easy, take it easy, Laurel. We don't have to go that aggressive, and he has been a bit more greedy since then.
So what do they want to pick here? They could even still go for the Ember themselves. It is gonna be the Magnus. So Collapse, Magnus together with the Marcy. We see a lot of Marcy carries build Battle Fury, but I guess you don't have to when you have a Magnus.
Yes, though I'm not a fan of them not having a single vision hero and this being a mid tiny, and I think it is gonna be a mid tiny. I would rather they put Laurel on the in the mid lane, because tiny from the mid, if you don't see people, you're not gonna be getting those jumps and you're gonna be falling behind.
Yeah, I'm also not a huge fan. It's also another melee hero against Pangolier. And I feel like all of Gaimin Gladiators actually punish melee heroes. The Tusk and the Hoodwink as well, so yeah. It is interesting, the heroes that they've picked, and they were really flexible and difficult to predict, but I'm not a huge fan. And the final pick for Gaimin Gladiators is gonna be a Doom.
So Duraccio, Nature's Prophet, this time around, the Ace is gonna be going for the Doom. I guess that's fine, but you cannot purge off the Unleash of the Marcy, so that's a bit of an issue. I guess you do purge off the Empower once you use the Doom, but that's about it. Okay, Laurel is playing the mid lane Snapfire. I like this a lot better and this approach. Any favorites now?
I think Gaimin Gladiators has a way more well-rounded draft. I think the ideas of Spirit are fine, but like we mentioned, they don't have a vision hero, and I feel like they kind of want to play high tempo, but they might not be able to, because they don't have those lane pushers, and I don't think they like win in the late game as well. So if the game goes really slow, I feel like it also favors Gaimin Gladiators. So we might be going to a game 3 here, Harry Freak.
Yeah, I think I agree with you, though. I think in the late game, late game, Marcy is just so damn strong that she beats up everyone, right? Pops the BKB, pops the Unleash, everybody dies. I've seen it so many times. I was surprised at first, now I'm not surprised any longer. The hero is just way too strong. But I do agree with you, no vision heroes, your lanes are gonna be in your face all the time. You're not really gonna be able to make too many plays. I think Laurel, being a Snapfire in the mid lane, if he does go for these early boots of travel, maybe he can equalize it and keep the equilibrium of the lanes in a good spot until Spirit are ready. But overall, I do think Gaimin Gladiators have a slight edge.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that one. Even though there is a collapse Magnus, and even if they're gonna lose, I expect some big things.
Yeah, not a lot of things to prevent him when he jumps in, and that is a big deal. I'm really curious to see how that lane is gonna go. They have been known to play the Magnus lane quite well. The last time Spirit, they did lose the side lanes, which is quite uncharacteristic because they were always very good at laning on both the safe lane and the off lane. But I'm expecting a bit better from their side this time around. Still, it is gonna be an exciting game for sure. I don't think there's a clear draft winner for sure. I think there's strong points on if you have favorites, guys, click on the banner below, but it's very hard to pick.
It's interesting what you mentioned about Spirit not winning the lanes, because this is one of the things that Mira said about Gaimin Gladiators that made them so scary, is that they play so high tempo, they play around the lanes, and Team Spirit, they said they like to get their items, they like to play it slow, methodical, but Gaimin Gladiators, they're really good at those lanes. They brought in a tempo mid from NA as well, where NA is a region that plays around their lanes a lot. They are known for it, so it's interesting to see that Team Spirit is actually losing their lanes, like Mira was afraid of, and still.
Usually they would win the lanes, and then they would kind of survive through the mid game, and in the late game they have such good coordination and spell usage that they win. But here, yeah, the tempo is ramped up. Let's see, Yatoro coming forward, has the dispose, is going to be pulling back Ace, so they want to slap him a bit. Kick, punch, Ace back into the tower, really not going to be bothering him all that much, but it is going to be some show of force coming out from Team Spirit.
Miposhka and Celery already trading hits. They are going to find the D-word, so that's a nice bit of bonus gold and XP for Quinn. Actually, it's gold for Celery, XP for Quinn.
So it is going to be Celery that plays the Hoodwink, and it is going to be Tofu on the top lane with the Tusk. I have to say, for me, in Gaimin Gladiators, the one that was most impressive overall has been Tofu. I don't think he was this good in the last year. He is just amazing right now. He was good in previous years as well, but this year he's just on another level.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like Diracho gets criminally overlooked though. Because I feel like he is just so solid. Like, you have a lot of these really flashy carries, but Diracho, he just does what needs to be done. And I feel like that is rare
He
for
never
a carry.
loses you. Never loses you the game. Yeah, let's put it that way. That's why I think Quinn is such a good addition to the team, because Quinn is the one that is going to be making the amazing plays, and you do need a stable carry. Imagine if you have Ace, Quinn, and then one other guy that is going for plays. There is no doubt that there is going to be one mistake in the game that is going to be crucial, because everyone is trying to make plays. And when you have someone that is always going to have a solid performance, I think that's a smart way to build up a team.
Ooh, collapse, taking a lot of damage there. It's the classic level 2 timing, right?
Yeah.
Heroes hit
What are
level
you gonna
2
do?
and then we see a lot of action. People get really low. You might see a first blood and then it goes back to like a more static lane again.
Yeah, but what are you gonna do in this lane as Spirit? You have two melee heroes, one of them has no armor, the other one isn't the greatest in terms of defenses, and you're playing against the Tusk Nature's Prophet. I mean, that's gonna be a lot of damage going your way.
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna have too much fun in that lane. Speaking about not having too much fun, Yatoro and Miposhka dealing a solid amount of damage here with the sidekick.
That is not a good bushwhack. Celery, he wanted both, but Greed is gonna get the better of them. Greed is not always good in Celery. He's gonna be finding that one out there. He almost got both of them, but in the end it was just a range creep.
Poor range creep. Yeah, I would definitely expect Yatoro and Miposhka to win this lane, but not by as much as Gaimin Gladiators are gonna win the top lane.
They are gonna be going on Ace, poking a little bit there. They do have a lot of kill potential here though, so that is one thing that Ace is gonna have to be very careful of. And mid lane, I think this is gonna be the biggest difference. Laurel is really sticking it to Queen. He knows how to play this hero. He knows how to play this matchup. Quinn, I don't think he encounters something like this way too much.
Yeah, the Snapfire mid is rare, but it's so good. And the level 6 timing is insane as well. Speaking about insane, Ace, he's so low and he is gonna go down. Yatoro gets the first blood. Teamspirit gets themselves
Kick
on
to
the
the
board.
backside.
Okay.
Spirit? Yeah? Well, you want to be aggressive, Gaimin Gladiators, but Mira, he does find that one. They have the skewer, they have the tosses, they have the way to get you in a bad position, and they actually bring him down.
Did
I
we
really
jinx
wasn't
it?
expecting the NP to die. Yep, you did.
I feel like Gaimin Gladiators is not gonna be happy with that one. Prophet plus Tusk is such a strong lane and it has no business dying to Magnus Tiny.
Yeah, but this is the thing, Spirit, they want to play these lanes that have potential to kill you and potential to outplay you. And even in the bottom lane, they have so many repositioning skills. That's why they're gonna get another kill. 3-0 start for Spirit. On top lane, you have Skewer Toss. On the bottom lane, you have Dispose Lift. There's just so many ways to get an enemy into a bad position.
Ooh, and it looks like Yatoro is still going for the Battle Fury. So we're gonna see some insane cleaves. If Collapse ever gets like a 3-man RP, all those heroes are gonna explode.
So in Division 2 of Eastern Europe, everyone is letting through the Lina and then just picking the Marcy. And then you have this Lina that is super strong, is just machine gunning everyone down. Marcy jumps on her and rips her apart. And every single time we see this one, and now top lane, there's gonna be a skewer. The snowball save doesn't come out in time. Dyrachio again in trouble. Where do you run? What do you do? The Collapse, he does have 2 more mangoes. He's gonna have the mana. Dyrachio is hoping for a TP out. That's not gonna be happening. Shockwave finishes him off. Tofu has to run, but Collapse, he doesn't want to go for small fry. He's killed the carry, and that is enough.
Wow, they're doing so well. Like, I spoke about this with Kataomi Ricky, that he just feels like a different hero in lane, as opposed to normal Ricky's, but the same is true for Collapse Magnus.
What did you
It's so strong.
Ace. Look at Ace. Poor guy. He does have 7 stick charges, so
the
should be
speed
able to
creep.
survive through this. Yep. Vroom vroom. Goodbye. Ace is fine.
And Collapse, He has a headdress, he has his arcane boots, so they can just keep up the aggression, and there we have the first rotation by Laurel.
I don't know if these kisses were intended for Durachi or for Collapse and Mira, who just crushed this lane. He just came over. They don't care about the Tusk again, at least. Laurel doesn't care, but these two, they're done with you. You wanted to go for a fight? No, let's go. You're now running away. Tofu, not too much of a brawler. He's not going to be living up to the hype of a Tusk. Collapse, going to be poking him up a bit more. Spirit, they are crushing this laning stage currently.
Quinn goes for the first roll, but Laurel is so tanky.
Close to going down, actually dies there. I think if Miposhka doesn't come, then he lives. But an Acorn shot just finishes him off, and Miposhka, he could be a bonus. Does have a fairy fire. Quinn, though, doesn't care. With a swashbuckle, he finishes this one off with ease. He doesn't even need it. In the end, just one more slice, and there's going to be a dead hero. Miposhka doesn't even want to use his fairy fire. Understands it's futile.
Yeah, that's a very nice turn of events for Gaimin Gladiators, at least. They get the return kill, and a pretty big one at that.
Huge for sure. He went to the top lane to get a kill. He did, but that is still some lost time that allows the Pango to come back into it in terms of CS, and now he does get a kill as well. And look at Miposhka, he just came back to the world of the living. Have some heart there, and Quinn, he is going to be having some heart. He's going to allow Miposhka to live, who's now going to leave and be fine.
He's going to have to eat all of his tangos.
Well, and we're just... I'm always super annoyed that we get this Lina on the screen. Why can it be any other hero? Because we are so sick of it, but it is going to be giving us good news about the banner down below with a $15 free bet if you are a new guy. Tofu on the top lane. Again, it is going to be Teamspirit striking. They do miss with the Skewer, but they're going for a bigger target with TP on the Pango on top. Teamspirit, they have to bail. Mira, no, trapped in the trees, trapped in the ice. Everything is trapping him. In the end, they're going to give a kill to Durachi, who's not having a good time. Celery has a healing salve, should be fine.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Even though Spirit started the laning stage off very, very well with like a 2k lead, the lead is a bit smaller now with the return kills that Gaimin Gladiators has been able to find. We hear another roll.
Thunder. God, he does get the deny on the rule, but is it going to cost him his life? Ace is coming over. He doesn't want to be on the bottom lane any longer, and he can't be. Avalanche, the back line only connecting on one. Here comes the snowball onto the two of them. Or here comes Yatoro. He's going to leave the power, and who wants to be on the receiving end of that one? It's going to be Quinn. He survived the Laurel, and Tofu is way too deep with Yatoro coming in. He's just going to be slapping heroes to death. The Fists of Marcy, too strong, and it is going to be Gaimin Gladiators losing 3 heroes in the end. The Laurel survives.
And Quinn missed his swashbuckle there, so that is so unfortunate. But beautiful rotation by Yatoro. I feel like Carry should be paying attention. These opportunities don't come by often, and you really need to pay attention to see them.
Some nice footwork from Mira. He's still gonna be tied to a tree. Does have the avalanche there. Throw some rocks into the eyes of the enemies. Tofu is still gonna be coming forward. This should be a dead Mira. He is overextended, and he will pay the price. Quinn gets the kill.
And just look at the net worth. Only Ace is, only Ace is keeping up.
That's a Doom. They did smoke up, and Laurel is gonna come over to save his buddy. He's still running away, but he knows that a smoke is coming for him. This is a dead Marcy, and Laurel, you've got yourself in a very bad position. You knew you had vision over that smoke, but you made a mistake, and now you're shooting, but you don't have enough of those bullets for everyone. Gaimin Gladiators, they're gonna get a double kill, and Durachi, who's struggling so much in the lane now, is gonna be topping the network chart after this tower.
He has a Midas recipe on the courier as well. So he's gone full farming mode.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
I don't know if Excalibur is watching these games, but after I have read his tweet, every single Nature's Prophet I'm seeing on a carry position is buying a Midas, and I don't know how he feels about that one, but no one is listening to him here, Windblade.
Poor Excalibur.
So this is going to be an early Battle Fury either way on Yatoro, but he does want to go for the top lane. You want to equalize the towers. You don't have the pushing power of Gaimin Gladiators, but I guess they do have the endurance, and they're going to be going for this. The tower should fall.
Yeah, I don't think heroes can really contest the lap from the Magnus right now. He's so tanky. Mira.
Well, He's alive. Actually, swashbuckle. Nice dodge there, Quinn. He cannot go with these beautiful moves of Teamspirit. They're just breaking some ankles, and Quinn, he's smiling on that picture, but I don't think he's smiling currently.
Collapse. He has his arcane boots. Does he have anything on the career? Doesn't look like it. Just gonna be rushing a blink.
Nope. Interesting. Usually he at least gets a mech, especially now when he has a headdress, but he wants the blink dagger. So where's the rush? Is it really all that important to stop Gaimin Gladiators in their early game?
I think it's similar to what he did last game. Like, we also didn't see the Greaves on Tide. He just went for the straight up blink, and I feel like it fits the fast style that they want to play. They don't want to play slow and methodical and take down towers. They want to play fast and loose.
Laurel, he does have his boots of travels. Last time he used them didn't go too well, but Collapse here, he's going to be buffing up Yatoro, so even before you have your Battle Fury, the cleave will be there, and after this stack, that should be it, and Yatoro should be having his Battle Fury now, which will be increasing his farm potential quite a lot. On the other side, Gaimin Gladiators, they do have 2 Midases, so they're gearing up for the later portions of the game.
And this game, there is
Dire's top tower
That is... in terms of towers, in terms of kills, in terms of gold, Mira gets himself out just in time.
Quinn is closing it up on his diffusal blade. That's always a big timing for the Pango.
Definitely. But speaking of timings, Collapse, he has probably the biggest one. They're gonna go for a smoke immediately. Where are you going? What is your objective?
I think ideally they want to find Nature's Prophet, but if they can find the Doom, that's gonna be just fine as well. And they are gonna find Ace, but the Skewer is gonna miss.
Oh, mistake from Collapse, but there's a Tumbler's Toy. We have another one to reposition you. RP is gonna be ready. They go for the lift up. Mortimer's Kiss. There's a little bit of miscommunication there from them. Ace is surviving a bit too long. He's gonna doom the Rubik. He didn't want to give the Doom away. Rubik is gonna be fed a cookie. Might be his last meal, but no. Now he's surviving. Quinn comes over. He knows these guys can juke. He's gonna be getting some movement speed there to Miposhka, but he's gonna be stunned up long enough for Quinn to this time connect on his swashbuckle. Also in the back lines, Mira, who was just surrounded by the rest of them while Quinn was keeping Spirit away. So the Blink Dagger reveal, not as successful as you would like.
Yeah, I often praise the in-fight execution from Teamspirit, but that was a little bit sloppy. I guess it does happen to the best of us as well, but they stacked the RP on top of the lift and they missed the Skewer. But still, the trade wasn't too bad. They got a Doom for the 2 supports, and Doom had to use Doom as well. And when Doom uses Doom, that tends to be pretty nice.
Quinn does come a little bit too close. He wasn't expecting to die like this. Yatoro with a Battle Fury, he doesn't want to be farming. He wants to be crushing everyone on the side of Gaimin Gladiator. Celery is going to be ramping up that shot. The shots are doing a lot, but you cannot fight Teamspirit now. They're way too tanky, they're way too strong, and you do not have your main team fight hero. So the mid lane tower will fall as well.
This is exactly what we mentioned, right? Teamspirit, they just want to play in your face. They don't want to give any space to these GG heroes to start utilizing their Midas, to start pushing the lanes. They want to choke them out before they ever become a big problem.
Speed is of the utmost importance for Spirit, and they know how to play Dota fast. They are everywhere on the map. Quinn, he shows for a second, bam, you're dead. They know you're gonna be there. And now they open up the map with the mid lane tower being down, this Blink Dagger on the Magnus, and Tiny, who's probably gonna be getting it soon. They are gonna be coming into play.
Yatoro, he's working towards a BKB, and I feel like at that point it's gonna be so hard to stop him. I guess there are still the shards and the Doom, I guess, to control him a bit, but it's gonna be so rough to stop Yatoro.
The second he jumps on you, he does so much damage. We'll see if he goes for a Basher or for a Crystallis. It seems like he wants both. And considering the amount of farm that he's getting with the Empower and the Battle Fury, he might just get him in a decent enough time.
For sure. And Tofu is closing in on his Blink Dagger, and that's gonna be a nice answer for the RP. Miposhka.
Miposhka. They came to him very silently there from the smoke, and they're gonna be killing him. But again, Doom is gonna be caught. This time around, they're gonna be using their spells quite nicely, and Ace has nowhere to go. He turns his back, but back quickly broken by Yatoro. An immediate TP to the mid lane. The Unleash is still up. They could go for more. Jumps in, but no one is gonna be there from GG to take that one. Actually, he gets put himself in an uncomfortable position. Will be fed a cookie. He gets himself out for the time being, but Bushwhack will correct. Do they have the damage? It seems like he's way too tanky with Mira coming over. You have to run. Celery, nice juke there around the creeps. No toss is going to be coming up there. Now it's Mira who's in an uncomfortable position. He's being protected by Lara, but can you protect him long enough? Now there's the cookie. Comes out just in time. And Yatoro goes in again. He's going to be disarmed. But the thing is, this lady, she attacks with her fists, and you cannot take those away from her. Mortimer's kisses tofu. He's a handsome young fella, and he's going to be dying here to the shot, not to the kisses. He doesn't want to get smooched by the grandma. Now the Doom. This fight, it is never ending. There's going to be a cookie on Yatoro. He wants to get out there, getting themselves out, but the Bushwhack pulls him in. Mac is not going to be enough to keep him alive, and the Swashbuckle finishes the option. Collapse will be next, with the Ratio joining in the fight, and this should be a tower long fight in the mid lane. GG come out on top.
These nets from Celery are insane. He keeps grabbing heroes at the edge of the net, and you can see them being pulled back all the way to the tree. But Quinn, he gets blown up.
He wasn't expecting this. He's like, haha, you don't have two of your cores. Haha, you don't have your life. Our tower survives. Teamspirit still not letting it go. And now they're gonna know there's a ward there because of the ulti of the Ratio.
Yeah, I guess Teamspirit are getting their active game with lots of kills, but it's not always favoring them.
Definitely not. With two Midases on the other side, we can see the gold lead slowly going more and more in favor of Gaimin Gladiators. Is there like a point of no return where Gaimin Gladiators could get so farmed that Spirit really cannot fight?
Yeah, I would think so. If Ace and Diracho can just sit on opposite sides of the map and one of them is farming, I feel like at some point it's gonna become really hard for Teamspirit to play. But as long as they keep finding Ace, I think they're okay.
Yeah, he's farming just so that they could get that goal. Laurel, he already used the cookie. He's not getting out of this one. Surrounded by trees, and the Bushwhack will easily connect with the Ratio, finishing him off with the right clicks there. And Teamspirit, we can see because of the goal lead, they're no longer favored here. BETBOOM favoring Gaimin Gladiators quite a lot. And if you guys think Teamspirit still have a shot, you have a banner down below. Click on it. You'll get the $15 free bet there. But this is, I think this is the reality. Teamspirit are playing fast, but they're still losing ground.
Yeah, they're playing fast, but they're not even leading that much in terms of kills. And I feel like they need to be. Ratio smells something is up, so he's gonna be completely fine. He's going for a silver edge.
But again, he loses a ward. I feel like he has to be more careful with the usage of his ulti. He has revealed 2 wards now. Even though Teamspirit, they have bought so many sentries, though. When you look at the map, it's pretty much covered in sentries.
Yeah, it's a bit uncomfortable to give away vision like that. Yeah, working towards the Netherlands. He doesn't even want Greaves.
Yep. He doesn't like the item, it seems like, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Shard is there on the Snapfire, so we'll have that one. It's working towards an Aghanim Scepter. Gaimin Gladiators, they're in a smoke. They want the top lane cleared out, but they're going into a BKB Marcy. If you don't get a Doom, you're in trouble.
Yatoro is going for a Blink Dagger on the Marcy. I guess he really values getting on top of Diracho.
Kill on Mira. I think he's gonna be fine with that one. He's now gonna be revealing all of the heroes of GG, and I mean, it's not really a kill that you were gunning for.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
It's looking like it's gonna be the kind of game that needs to be decided by an RP, because if the game keeps going like this, I greatly favor Gaimin Gladiators. They need to find something big, and they need to find it fast.
Spirits, they just can't find the big fights. They want to fight around the mid lane. Gaimin Gladiators, obviously, with their lineup, they're going to be playing the side lanes in the mid. They're not going to be there. Quinn is going to be caught. There's the RP. It's not going to be a big one, but it is going to be giving them a kill. Kill into Roche. Teamspirit, they're trying to force out a fight.
They just killed the support Pango, though.
Okay, Doom, but he did get the BKB off. This is not good. The Unleash is still up, and he's doing so much damage. Yatoro gets a double kill. Beautiful Bushwhack onto the 2 of them. Look at the backlines. Diracho standing his ground. Yatoro, he cannot fight. And look at the damage that is being going through onto him. He will be fed a cookie. Gets pushed back. He's gonna be fine. For now, Ace thinks about charging forward, but they've lost their BKBs. Yatoro jumps left and right. He's gonna be fine. Gaimin Gladiators, they got baited into a fight that they will lose heavily. The acorn shot there, it is gonna be bouncing, slowing them down. And Ace, he has nowhere to run. He's just not as fast as he used to be. And no blink dagger means that he is dead. Teamspirit, come out ahead heavily.
What a fight by Spirit. They almost got Yatoro, but even if they did, I feel like the rest of Team Spirit is doing a lot of work here.
Definitely. They definitely are. These cookies, especially with the shard, Larl is saving everybody. Whenever someone is doomed, he just creates so much space. You know, at this point of the game, usually the supports are not going to be having their 4 staffs. Rubik is not going to be having his shard, but a core Snapfire will always keep you safe.
It feels like Team Spirit, they shouldn't have as much damage as they do. Like, they have a Rubik, they have a Magnus. It feels like they should have trouble bringing down these tanky heroes on GG, but they're just blowing them up every single time.
Big items coming out from Spirit as well. Blink Dagger Tiny. You have a Aghanims on the Snapfire. So now Gobble Up is there. And that's going to be even more chances to save someone, to go in, to catch people. Gaimin Gladiators, they have more things to think about here, but they are still leading in terms of gold.
Yeah, I guess it's a 4K lead, so that's just the 2 Midases.
Yep.
So the teams are equal in terms of strength.
Maybe even favoring Spirit in terms of experience currently. Because they should be ahead in terms of experience, considering that they were winning most of the fights.
We see another smoke. RP is up, and so is the Unleash. Can they find a big target here?
Invisibility.
This is a fast one. Nature's Prophet would be big, but they missed the scan. He was just outside of it. That was a good attempt for him to scan, but in the end, they're just gonna find the Doom. Actually, that's not just the Doom. He's gonna pop the BKB immediate. RP comes out. Probably wasn't needed because look at how much damage Yatoro does.
Yeah,
Radiant's bottom tower is under
they just do it for posterity's sake. Was this enough?
They
If they
found
can
more.
find Diracho,
Diracho's gonna be
definitely
next.
is.
Oh, they get the disarm onto the Marcy. Doesn't have the BKB. Not gonna be able to go for that one. Laurel takes some damage, and Diracho is out. He's gonna be healing in the base. Yatoro now, he does pop the BKB. Sharpshooter. Nice catch there by Laurel. But Quinn, he got stuck. He needs to get away. That is a very short swashbuckler. He gave the Rolling Thunder to Miposhka, who is now gonna be showing you how it's done. He gets stuck a bit, but it doesn't matter. GG again are losing heroes left and right, and they're not getting anything in return.
They killed the Doom, and I was like, that doesn't matter too much. But then they kept going, and somehow the rest of GG also got caught. Having Diracho instantly having to TP out is such a big deal, because then there is no damage anymore. Quinn is rolling around, having fun, but they're not gonna kill anyone like that.
Stole that one. Shouldn't he be a Q? I really like it what he did, because you don't have the animation there for him, and you just instantly go for a roll and stun him. Tofu from the top lane, he's gonna be getting some hate. He's gonna take some time before he goes down, but eventually he will fall, with Yatoro claiming the
What
kill.
did you expect?
I wonder what GG can do right now, because it feels like they have no chance in fights. They need to keep split pushing, but they also keep losing heroes while they are split pushing.
Spirit, and look at Laurel. He's already on the bottom lane, ready to catch someone. He's gonna have his Boots of Trials back up in no time, so he can join the fight if need be. And Marcy finds the BD, is approaching the Basher as well. This Roche is toast.
Doesn't even need to pop Unleash, I think. He might still do it if Roche gets a bit lower. Because GG has to know something is up.
This is a bit greedy, not wanting to go for the Unleash. GG are coming over. This is looking dangerous.
Is he gonna pop it? Or is he just gonna be patient? Because the entirety of GG is smoke. It's too late.
There it is, he popped it, but they're thinking maybe go for a fight right now. Miposhka still has the Rolling Thunder RP onto 3, and look at what Yatoro is gonna do to them. Give me more. I wanna punch them in the face even more, and Gaimin Gladiators, no one is gonna be able to recognize them after those punches land. Yatoro too, but his teammates, they just gave him such an easy fight to win.
Dire's middle
What an insane initiation by Collapse. And we spoke about it. If they ever do get an RP on 3 heroes, they're gonna explode, and that's exactly what they did. Oh, just beautiful. And that Force Staff, oh my goodness, into the Snapfire Aghanims as well, stunning them even more. Starting to feel very difficult for Gaimin Gladiators.
I actually can't believe that they're going for fights. I thought that they were going to be split pushing in this game so much, and only when they're like 15-20k gold ahead that they're going to be going for fights. But Teamspirit, with their fast gameplay around the map, they did force them into fights that Gaimin Gladiators didn't want to take, and now they are the ones ahead against the Doom, against all odds. And when it comes to a team fight, I don't really think Gaimin Gladiators have a lot of chance there.
Yeah, I would definitely agree. Nature's Prophet needs to be a full item ahead, or even more, to even have a chance against Marcy. And that's kind of all the damage they have. Because both Quinn and Ace, they have good control, but they're not gonna kill anyone. And the GG supports are basically just food.
I don't think there's a point in this game any longer where he's stronger than the Marcy, because look at what Yatoro is doing to Ace. This is supposed to be your strong, your tanky hero. Tofu runs away. Tusk, he's a bouncer, but yeah, someone stronger has come over, and Marcy will probably be taking his job there if the pay is right. 3k Goldie, Teamspirit continuing to apply pressure, continuing to be the stronger team on the map.
And all of this is before Yatoro even has a crit.
Radiant's bottom tower
Yeah.
is under attack.
I mean, does he even need it there, considering that he's killing people in just the 5 punches?
So he might as well buy Octarine for less cooldown. Dude, doesn't have a BKB. Be in trouble.
Try to dodge that one with the illusion rune. He's taking a lot of damage. He's surviving, but not for long. He will be taken down. The Rachio TP's in. It is going to be the teleportation stolen by the Rubik. The question is, can you survive through it right now? Yep, he's going to be fine. The Gleipnir not enough to keep him in place.
I would like to see Laurel buy a BKB, because he has Aghanims and Adderlands right now. But I feel like his only job in fights is to just stay in the middle and make sure his team doesn't die. And if he gets bursted like that, he can really do that job.
That is true. He's very hard to catch, though. I feel like in these split pushy situations, when you're trying to deal with the lanes, that's the best bet that GG can go for. But I definitely agree, the BKB should be a necessity. We're seeing Collapse thinking about a Boots of Travel as well. I like it. I really do like it, because just any way to deal with the split push, that is what is left for Gaimin Gladiators, to be everywhere on the map. Winning fights is not really on the menu any longer.
And Ace, he has his Blink BKB, but he just feels so squishy. And he's gonna buy an Octarine core, and I don't think that's gonna save him. They just need more time.
How much time? Is there really a point in this game where they're going to be stronger? But at least they're keeping those side lanes pushed out. Teamspirit, they've only taken the mid tier 2. The side lane tier 2s are still going to be alive and kicking, unlike Celery, who's going to be shot there and brought down easily. A couple of hits, and it's going to be open season for Squirrels. Collapse is the one that claims the kill.
It should be the tier 2 falling top lane soon. And can GG find any kind of trade? Diracho, I think, wants to split push bottom, but he has to be so careful. They even go for a scan because they're so uncertain. Because if he gets caught out for a moment, he's just gonna explode as well.
He understands it. He understands it quite nicely. He is going for an Nullify, so wants some extra damage, wants to make sure that those 4 stars don't do anything, but you cannot purge off a cookie. There's still going to be a repositioning tool on the side of Teamspirit in the form of a cookie, in the form of a gobble up spit out that is going to be saving people even through that one.
Radiant are scanning.
That was a nice jump by Yatoro.
Yeah, very long one. You can also hear the sound being extended, like, but in the end, yeah, they don't find the Nature's Prophet. Very nice call there from Dirachu to just get immediately out, because they were hunting for him. And if they find him, I mean, even a BKB is not going to save you against an RP and a Basher Marcy.
Oh, Quinn, no, Quinn. Oh, he just has no chance in this game. He gets stunned a single time, he just dies. And they don't even need Yatoro to kill him.
So much nice follow-up on the side of Teamspirit, and they're comboing their spells quite nicely out. Tofu has been found. Is gonna get the Yules onto the Tiny, so Tiny should be fine. Or the Tusk should be fine there. A Yules being picked up. That is an interesting one. Definitely wasn't expecting to see that item.
Yeah, same. It's fallen a bit out of favor, but it's still very good in the right situation. speaking about good things in the right situation, you can get a free bet of $15 for new users when you click the banner below the stream.
Gobble up was used. What is going to be flying through? Nothing. Just takes the tree down. The boomerang. Yep. Celery, sorry, but you're not going anywhere. He tries to get himself away there, but Yatoro just pulls him in and finishes him off. It's just so easy for Teamspirit to get these kills. Gaimin Gladiators, they can't get into a fight. They can't get a pickup. They can't do anything. Windblade, what is the play?
They just need to keep split pushing. I think they should get a gem on the Prophet or something to make sure that he can de-ward the lanes on the... I mean, the wards on the cliffs next to the lanes. Their backs against the wall.
They're hunting again, and Quinn, swashbuckle, gonna be helping you. This is how you punch fast, my friend. Yatoro is gonna be showing it to you, and he's chasing for more. They did see a hero there on the ward, and him and Miposhka. Look at how fast Yatoro is running. Naruto run here for him, just through the wind, making himself aerodynamic. But Duraccio is gonna be TPing away, understanding the dangers that is coming.
When is the last time that GG got a kill? I guess onto Laurel on the top lane like 5 minutes ago.
I think it was a lot longer, but we are having a lot of fun here, watching Teamspirit run left and right on the map that we are losing track of time. But yeah, it was a long time before Gaimin Gladiators last time got even close to getting a kill, let alone finishing a hero off. And Teamspirit now, they've taken over the bottom part of the map. They want these outer towers gone, but they don't really want to show them themselves on the lanes. Understandable there. The catch from Gaimin Gladiators is still there.
Now we see another smoke. Just 4 heroes. Laurel's gonna show on the mid lane to give GG a false sense of security.
They go for a smoke. They want to go for him. They see something finally. Stellary, he's going to be seeing death. Tossed onto Yatoro. Look at that one. Yatoro is going to get doomed, but it is you who should be afraid. Bam, 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 into the doom. You are the one that is gone, and there's going to be an RP there. No, it's not even going to be needed. Yatoro, he actually might be going down there, but it doesn't really matter. The rest of his teammates will clean up, and Celery fought back just to be taken down in the same fashion again instantly by Mira's toss.
Dire's courier has been killed.
Yeah, Yatoro almost killed Quinn before even using a spell. He had like 20 HP left. And they still managed to kill him, so that's nice for Gaimin Gladiators, but that was a 6-for-1.
Yeah, I really like this toss from Mira. Look here. I'm jumping on Quinn. I'm jumping on Quinn. Okay, have this bonus.
A nice RP on the backline as well, securing the kill on both Tofu and Quinn. Always like to see the patience from initiating heroes.
This game you can't be patient. That's just the case because you have the Tiny to initiate, you have the Gobble up, Yatoro is jumping in, everyone is going in front of you, and then you can find the perfect one there.
Mira, he's buying a Lincoln Sphere just for his carry. That's dedication.
I think they're preparing for a potential Aghanims on the Tusk and of course the Doom, because I think the Aghanim's Tusk is maybe the only thing that Teamspirit should be afraid of at this point. It's looking like they have a good hang of pushing out the waves. Every team fight is going their way with ease, I would say, and the one thing that could change those things is the Axe on Tofu. I don't even know if he's building one.
I'm not sure, but I agree with you. We have to keep in mind for Teamspirit, once Yatoro is dead, they don't have a ton of damage going through BKBs. So if they can start the fight by dooming Yatoro before he gets off the Unleash, they still have a chance.
True. That is very much true, and we can see that's why Yatoro is never really sieging a tower. Avalanche, Mira has found Tofu, he does have a Lincoln Sphere, so it's gonna be okay for now. Ultimate Kiss is flying through, and there's the RP Collapse, has found the support, and they're not gonna be found any longer. Abyssal Blade here onto Quinn, they're gonna get the Doom, but again, he has gotten the Unleash off. They have the cookie to get him out, to revive back on Tofu. It seems like it's time to bail. Oh, way too fast, he's thinking about re-engaging into this one. Let's see if he can get himself out. They wanna kill him, they get on top of him, Yatoro is dropping down. He's still doomed, and he will be dying there. It is gonna be Ace finishing the job off there, and Yatoro loses his life.
Nice patience by the Rubik as well, keeping the Doom. But not enough. Gaimin Gladiators show that they're down but not out.
It's still not over here. They're definitely showing it. The Duraccio, when there's no Marcy, he's the one that is controlling everything. This is going to be a Roche as well, even with the Stolen Doom in that fight. If your Marcy is not in front, if your Marcy isn't doing the damage, you're definitely lacking there a lot. This is the thing. I think this is the win condition for Gaimin Gladiators, that it seems like Spirit, they're a single core lineup against the Doom. That can hurt you later on.
Yatoro doesn't get the lucky crits onto Quinn. Of course, he had the 60% damage reduction as well from the shield crash. So, Stolen Doom onto the Prophet, but Prophet doesn't really care because all he does is walking around and right-clicking anyway. And Ace and Quinn together have plenty of damage to take down Doomed Yatoro.
I really like how Tofu is always pulling Quinn into these snowballs, even during the rolling thunder. Just no, let's go this way. We are rolling this way, my friend. And Quinn actually can't do anything about it. He can just let it go. But Gaimin Gladiators, they're back in this game. The net worth of the Nature's Prophet, it is ways ahead of anyone else, and they have the Aegis.
Do they have a Hex on the Prophet as well? I feel like that would be a pretty nice item.
That is that hoodwink, or is it? Actually, Celery will be fine there. Let's get himself out. Not gonna be happening. The snowball, beautifully done by Tofu. He follows Collapse and then just blinks away. That was a very nice play from both supports of Gaimin Gladiators to survive and almost certain death.
Mira, he's going for an Aghanims himself this game. He's like, I have the Lincolns for my team, but now I want to deal some damage as well.
He is going to be a damage dealer for sure, considering that he does have a Magnus on his side, so the extra damage will definitely be there. With the Empower, he can become a force to be reckoned with. Last game, we saw Tofu get the Silver Edge, but it really wasn't anything more than he can do with it other than get himself into a good position. Mira, on the other hand, we'll see if he is capable of doing some damage here on the Tiny, but Aghanim Scepter on the Doom, that is huge. No more RPs. You can play together if you're GG.
Yeah, I wonder if he's gonna self-cast it or still try to use it on Yatoro.
What would you want? Nice one from Tofu. That is why you buy a Yules to stop Collapse. And now Collapse is going to be caught, but they have a Force Staff. Rolling Thunder, not going to be used. Quinn decides against it and gets himself out. That is why you buy a Yules. Tofu, he is countering Collapse and doing a good damn job at doing so.
Yeah, because Collapse doesn't have a BKB yet, so he's still quite vulnerable himself.
Even going for it. He wants a refresher currently, so I'm not really sure how that's gonna be used up against an AoE Doom, and I can expect Ace to be going for refreshers. So Gaimin Gladiators, they're gearing up for the late game. I think Spirit, they're gonna be needing some hexes here.
Timeless Relic for GG as well. Really good on both the Doom and the Fungo.
Braccio, he does have the cloak there to protect him. 20% evasion. Marcy doesn't have an MKB, not gonna be buying it. Gaimin Gladiators in a smoke. It is gonna be broken. Beautifully done there by Spirit, and they're out.
We're approaching 40 minutes, and this game could be going long as well. So once again, no racks have been taken yet.
Miposhka will be taken there. They see him with the Curse of the Old Growth quite nicely. Toss back. Duraccio not going to be caught. Nice Force Staff there. Duraccio is not going to be getting on top of Mira. Mira for now will be fine.
He has the Stormcrafter as well, which is so nice against the Gleipnir.
So, I can definitely feel the pressure Spirit are feeling right now. Gaimin Gladiators, they're on the offensive. It looked like they could never win a fight, but time has passed. They have survived, they have endured, and these Midases, they're coming to play. Doom, level 20. Let's have the Octarine Core. Let's have the Aghanim Scepter. It's not someone to be taken lightly. The nice Lincolns there. They wanted a toss back there onto the Duraccio. Not going to be happening. Tofu, he couldn't stop the skewer, but in the end, Duraccio will still be surviving. You cannot commit.
And this is why Collapse bought the other lens. He just wants to bring people back to the fountain.
Yep. Samael watching this game and getting PTSD from 10. It looked like OG was gonna win that series with a Tiny, but then he gets pulled into a fountain and just loses. So Gaimin Gladiators, I feel like this game, at this point, especially with Tofu getting towards his Aghanim Scepter, it could go either way at this point. It really looked good for Teamspirit there at minute 30, but Gaimin Gladiators, they're completely back in it.
For sure.
Oh, he's gonna get two of them, but the Doom, he does use the self-Doom, doesn't matter. Yes, you are doomed, my friend, because Yatoro has his eyes set on you. They just jump in. Mira and Laurel will be the one that finish the job. And here comes a Magnus. That's a pretty heavy one, but he gets the RP. The Skettic Staff, it's not gonna be lasting for long, but it doesn't matter. Yatoro, he just needs a millisecond to kill someone. They're gonna be chasing onto the Rachias.
Oh, doesn't find it. That's RP refresher used as well. That was a nice attempt, not quite gonna work out.
He was so confident he got him. Actually, he was so close, and he was so confident that he actually got him to use the RP on the ground and waited for his teammates. But in the end, that's just not the case. But Collapse, I mean, props to how much he believes in himself, because that was amazing.
Yeah, it was so close. But last fight, I think it's a good example of why you don't always want to use the Doom on yourself. Because then Yatoro just hits him 3 times and Doom is no longer a factor. Ooh, Diracho.
No.
No
Yeah,
RP.
okay, no RP. He
Collapse.
leaves the item on the ground.
Some nice BM.
You're baiting him. Like, yo, here, take my item. Of course, no one is going to be falling for that one. No one is crazy enough to do it. But lucky for him that Yatoro wasn't in the vicinity. Level 25 on the Marcy. I think he went for the BKB, 1.5 seconds. Let's see now. Hey, he's going to get gone on poor guy. This is just unfair. Usually Ursa, when he jumps you, he at least needs a second to kill you. This is less.
Yep, it's an insane amount of damage. And Ace doesn't have buyback. Luckily, Roche isn't gonna be up for a little while, but it looks like GG might still want to fight. Quinn and Tofu posturing in the trees.
No unleash. I guess Yatoro would want the Aghanims from the Roche just to be able to get the lower cooldown on his unleash, because it really would make a difference. Without it, it's a night and day difference between the strength of the hero.
Yeah, for sure. You can have your BKB and all your other spells, but without Unleash, you don't deal any damage. Nice timing on the
There's
sidekick.
what a nice usage of the sidekick, and Mira just blinks himself out. That was a nice initiation for Quinn. He wasn't expecting a collapse. He has found the Rajo is level 25. Oh, you can TP fast anywhere you are on the map. Well, you are gonna have to be out of stun for that to happen. And here comes Yatoro, and no one is gonna be there to greet him because he punches way too strong.
He really wanted to go there. Nice restraint. But that was a beautiful Huentos and Skewer by Collapse. They didn't have vision there. He was just guessing.
Oh, what a surprise, really. Yeah, Collapse, he doesn't get many of those. Okay, now he's going to be making a mistake because Tofu is also good, but they have a force left to get him to the low ground. The Bushwhack not going to be good enough, and the shards off the mark.
60 seconds. No Diracho. What can they do with this?
They want the buyback. Nice toss back there. So many ways to catch people. You have to be so careful. That's a stolen Doom. He does have an A on this. Now the Doom is going to be jumping in. But look at the damage. It's just not fair. Ace, he thought he was strong, but he was so wrong. Mortimer's Kiss is now flying through. That's level 25. And now with an RP, that's just going to be dead. And Heroes here walking. Oh, he's getting low. The sharpshooter will finish him off. Gaimin Gladiators with the buyback. They are striking back. You don't have to damage Teamspirit. They have to run Queen. He doesn't want to allow that to happen. And again, they're in a snowball together, coming for the life of Laurel, who's going to be eating a cookie, shooting, but it's not going to save his life in the end. Gaimin Gladiators, they do manage to defend their base, but look at the cost for buybacks.
At least Team Spirit didn't get the racks, but that is huge for them nonetheless. Like you mentioned, no buybacks, and Roche is gonna spawn in a minute.
What I love from Miposhka, he never gives up. You know, some of those players, when they see that they're dead, they just let go of their keyboard. No, he's just spamming, I'm gonna use all of my Fade Bolt, lift, anything. But in the end, he still goes down. It's gonna be futile, but he's always resisting.
Yeah, love to see it. Quinn going for a Hex. No overwhelming blink this game.
Yep. Definitely not something that that he wants, but Hex would be quite nice jumping in onto Yatoro. If he doesn't have that Lincoln's given to him by Mira, that could be a one fight. Nature's Prophet, Ratio, no BKB, and these two, they do stun you quite a lot. Here comes the trees, the forests are gonna die. And he doesn't like that one, but he has the Satanic, he's not gonna be able to use it. They just don't allow him to move.
Yeah, the position 3 and 4 taking down the 33k net worth position 1 for GG.
It's gonna cost him a gem. That's nice. He does have 2 tosses here on the Tiny. He is level 25, but he won't be able to use those. GG. They're gonna keep their feet on the ground, kill the Tiny, and claim the gem.
Yatoro, he's gonna buy a refresher next. So that is one way to reduce the cooldown on your ulti.
Collapse has a BKB. I think here is just kill the Doom, make sure that Collapse can get his RP off. Maybe he wants to still Doom Yatoro, Tofu, he gets the snowball off, and there it is. He wants Yatoro. Actually, it's used on Ace. He did use the Unleash. He's thinking about going back in, and a beautiful Kiki will get him close to this one, but he ain't this for Quinn. He'll be defending him from now. The trees come flying in, but Yatoro, he is the really big damage dealer. That's a doomed Quinn. And in more ways than one. He's gonna be out of the game for 120, and the Nature's Prophet is out for 60 as well. This should be a lane of racks, maybe even more.
How does Miposhka keep stealing Doom so consistently? It is ridiculous.
I actually don't know. And Ace, he's using it out of the fight. He can definitely go for the scorched earth. So Ace is making a mistake. I mean, no doubt about it. But it's just Miposhka always has the presence of mind to go for it.
Yeah, because it was a freshly stolen Doom as well. He didn't keep it from last fight.
Yep.
No buyback for anyone on GG. Can I just end here? Do they have the damage?
Yeah, he bought a Deso. Marcy is getting a Desolator right now into the fountain. Yep, you don't want to be here, Tofu. Believe me, he's gonna go with the punch, but you're not nearly as strong as this Marcy. Does have the Unleash, the towers. Look at what's happening to them. Mira, when he slaps them, they're just gone. The throne, 10th of its HP gone. GG, they're buying back. What can you really do? He does get the sidekick off. You're not even gonna get the stop. Yeah, you have 3 heroes. Maybe they can fight Doom. Ace can have it again. The backlines, there's gonna be an RP used, and they're focusing on the throne. Mira, you need to stop him. There's gonna be an RP onto the 2 of them, and that's gonna be it. We have our second grand finalist. Teamspirit are going through Gaimin Gladiators. They will lose 2, and Teamspirit will get the revenge for the grand finals of the BETBOOM Christmas show here in the BETBOOM Universe Episode 1.
Yeah, that was a 2-0, but what a series. Both of the games were so intense. They could have gone either way, but I have to say, I am pleasantly surprised by Spirit. I knew they were good, but this good?
Yeah, well, that really looked amazing from their side. The way that they moved around the map, the fast pace, they were everywhere. They were catching Gaimin Gladiators. Once the Doom getting the strength, once Durachi was strong enough, there was a time where Teamspirit, it looked like they were on the back foot, but it seems like they never felt pressured at all.
Yeah, and Yatoro is gonna get the MVP. 25 and 5 on this Marcy. I mean, we had some doubts about it in the draft maybe, and we were like, oh, Teamspirit, they want to play really aggressive, but can they do it despite the pushing? But yeah, they just never relented. Constant aggression, and they made it work.
I definitely did. Very, very solid performance, really. Yatoro was on point in that game. He crushed the laning phase. He crushed the entirety of the game. He knew exactly what he was doing. He was everywhere. And the damage he dealt, I mean, it was just dumb at times, right? You go onto a hero that is supposed to be tanky and you kill him in 5 hits, and those 5 hits take less than a second. It is just insane.
Yeah, I feel like we may start to see more and more Marcy throughout this patch and in the major as well. Because, I mean, with performances like this, who can possibly ignore the hero?
Yeah, no reason to do so. It has been a staple in Division 2 of Eastern Europe, but I'm happy that here on the in the bigger games, these are 2 major teams. It is being used, and it is being used to its full potential. Yatoro, I mean, this guy is known for his versatility. He can play any hero. So you tell him, okay, this hero is good, Yatoro, can you play it? Of course. Can you play it at a decent enough level? I'm the best. And he just shows us how good he is. Gaimin Gladiators did have a good run in this tournament. Celery did say they're going for for the win, but I guess it's now only preparations for the major for them.
Yeah, and 3rd place is nothing to be ashamed of. with the caliber of teams in this tournament, I would say that's a pretty decent result still.
Phil, are you going to be feeling, slightly bad going into the major with a loss? Or do you think it's just a nice learning experience and they can get a lot out of this series for their future series that are going to be coming up in a week when the major starts?
I would say it's a bit of both, right? Ideally, you would have liked to win this, but at the same time, this is going to teach you quite a bit about the game, because I feel like these drafts for Gaimin Gladiators were drafts that they're really comfortable with, right? With the Ace Nature's Prophet, the Quinn Pango, and losing with those drafts, I feel like it's going to teach you a lot about the game.
For sure, but before we go on to a break, we have something here nice for you guys. We're gonna have a Yatoro joining us for a nice interview here from Teamspirit, and hopefully we are gonna be getting him on the screen right now to hear a couple of words from him. There he is. Hello, Yatoro.
Hello, hello.
Congratulations on your victory. That was a nice performance. We are very happy to see the Marcy. Is this the new thing that you're bringing to Dota?
I think yes, but I saw have Shiro playing on Marcy in matchmaking, and Mira told me like 2 months before what Marcy carry have a thing for be alive, and I thought about it, and I saw Shiro playing it, and I'm going to play some matchmakings and say I want to play Marcy carry on scrims, and that's how it is.
So wait, are you saying that
Awesome.
you didn't play it in scrims at all before this match?
No, we played, but a couple of games, like.
So game number 1. Once you got to level 25 on the Treant, did you know that the game was over? Was it just like,
Yes,
okay, guys,
yes.
we did it, we won?
Yeah, Miposhka says, if I take level 25, give me this wave, and we're gonna win instantly. So that's how it was.
And with that draft, were you guys playing for the late game? Or did you guys want to hit an earlier timing but just couldn't do it? And then this was like a plan B?
It's plan B. I think now we want playing more aggressive on the early, and it's our goal for being on a team like that. But we are doing some mistakes, but we're learning about it. And I think everything will be fine. Like 1 month, and we will be the greatest team.
Okay, so we're happy to hear that for sure. But in the DPC, you did get out a lot of logs. I watched them, and usually or always it's you and Mira on the camera. So why is that? Are you like the pretty boys? Are you getting in all the views?
I don't know actually. It's I'm not supposed to answer on this question.
Okay. We're gonna leave you to it then. So, anyways, coming into the grand finals here, you're gonna be facing Tundra. They're gonna have their full lineup, so no tops and nightfall. It is gonna be Nine and Skitter. Who would you prefer to play against? Against Tundra with the lineup they had yesterday, or them with their full roster?
I think with the full roster, they have the full strength of Tundra, because I think every single player in this team doing all this team the greatest, and that's how they won TI.
So even
Okay,
though
go on,
there were some stand-ins for Tundra the last time, do you have any specific lessons you took away from that series that you will apply in this one, or is it like a completely new team for you guys?
We actually didn't prepare it yet for Tundra, but I guess casual Tundra, it's a very powerful enemy, and we need to prepare it well and pick well and play well for beat them, because they are not easy team.
Okay, so in TI7 before the grand finals, Kuroki cut the interview short because he said, I have to prepare for the grand finals. How do you approach the game now when it's an hour into it? You have such small window of time. Is there anything special that you're going to be doing, or it's just classic talks?
I think it's classic. We need just think a bit. I'm not gonna open all cards but we need to think and prepared our mentality for the big best of 5 games.
And do you find this tournament to be a good preparation for the major for you?
Yeah, of course. It's showing our mistakes, what didn't show us at Clan Wars, and I guess tournaments always better play. Not only Clan Wars because it gives you some motivation, some normal view at your picks, at your moves, what is working, what is no, because some kind of teams didn't play on 100% on the Clan Wars like on the official games.
Thank you, Yatoro. Thank you for the interview. We wish you all the luck in the grand finals we're going to be watching. So bring us some great Dota and bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Okay, that was fun. He's in good spirits, and I guess for a good reason here, Wingblade, because they played really well. So coming into the grand finals, we are gonna have a bit of a longer break. But do you have any favorites? Do you think Spirit are gonna be winning because they're coming out from a great series?
Ooh, I think that's rough. I feel like if it's gonna go longer, that does favor Tundra because there is a factor of fatigue, right? Because even though it was a 2-0, these were some pretty long games. And if you then also have to go into like a grueling 5-game series, that definitely takes its toll. Because it's not like playing 5 pub games. You need to be like on a razor edge. You need to be so sharp. Because the moment you slip up, you're gonna get punished. So it takes a lot of mental fortitude, and with that being said, I would favor Tundra a little bit because they're fresh. They were able to watch this series. They get some more time to prepare and rest. But Tundra, they do have some momentum. We cannot deny that.
That is true. I agree. And they have all 5 of their players back. So there's not going to be tops and there's not going to be nightfall. But guys, we are going to be going on to a bit of a longer break. In an hour, we're going to be turning the last page here at the Comic Zone, going into a best of 5 grand final series. And we're hoping it's going to all 5 games. See you in an hour.